Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles and cousins, of course, and abuelas or abuelos, and baseball fans everywhere. Welcome to this edition of the Valley Baseball League's 2020 Rewind season. Hello, everyone. My name is Graham Knight. I am here on behalf of the league and the teams in this league, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to our game of the night. Get used to this because we're going to be doing it all season this year, and we're going to continue to do it all into our next seasons as far as I can see. Anyway, just a couple quick programming notes. Programming note number one, I want to let you know that Monday is Podcast Monday. We're going to have a nice interview with Austin Gisriel talking about a league of their own. Check out the description for this YouTube post. We'll put a link to a story Austin wrote. Aaron had a chance to sit down with him and talk about the site where A League of Their Own was filmed and all of the baseball lore that took place there. Also wanted a quick shout out and let you know that we've got a great team in place. We've got about 10 people helping work with the Valley League stuff this year. They're producing a lot of great stuff. They're producing our Instagram stories. They're producing the highlights from each one of these games. So if you don't have time to catch a whole game, check out our YouTube feed and find the highlights from that game. There's some fun stuff in there. If you go back to day 10 and the comeback of the century, that was the Stanton comeback against Harrisonburg. We did a nice interview with Tyree Blaylock. He was a player in this league and went on to his first year of coaching the Stanton team, and he's got some really great thoughts. We put those thoughts into our highlight reel from day 10. There's highlight reels from everything else going forward. So check those out if you don't have time to catch the whole game. But we got some games on tap for you today. We've got our game of the night, and then we have some other action that took place in the Valley. Before we go to all of that stuff, say hi to the crew. Everybody say hi to Aaron.
Hey, everyone. Aaron Summers here, coming at you live from Wrightsville Beach. For those of you that aren't familiar, it is in North Carolina. It's been beautiful, having a lot of fun. So I didn't want to rub it in too much. I'm indoors, so you don't have to look at the beach or the sand or anything and be jealous.
And everybody say hi to Jordan.
Graham fans, another good night. Let's get at it.
Yeah, well, Aaron's off on a vacation, hanging out in the surf in the sun. So while she's away, what up, fans? Anyway, she's more of a hello. We're more of a what up. So, Jordan, tell you what, why don't you catch us up on the game we're going to see tonight, and then we'll check in with Aaron and see what else happened on this day back in 2019.
Well, Graham, to give respect to Aaron and her vacation and the fanciness she brings, I can put a pinky up at least while I got my water bottle in my hand and give a cheerio back to her as she's enjoying the nice weather. But something that I actually wanted to address in tonight's game between the Purcellville Cannons and the Front Royal Cardinals is that sometimes, you know what, we really don't pay attention to the guy that, you know what, he's not doing so hot. We look at the players and the teams who they're riding the top of the league. They have this. The wins have been coming. The mounds, the pitchers have been fantastic. Home runs have been blowing up off the bats. That has not been the case for the Purcellville Cannons, They have really been struggling early in the season. I know that we've mentioned this in a couple of our other podcasts and other game of the night coverages, but right now in this game, or leading up to this game, Purcellville has a 1-7 record on the young year, and for any baseball fan, that has to hurt. For Purcellville players, coaches, management, that one marquee win that you can always look back later on in the season, maybe when things are going a little bit better, you always want to have that one game, that one moment where you can reflect, you can look back and say, you know what, this was the beginning of a brand new start. And who knows, I can't exactly, give away the outcome of this game. I love this to be a surprise for the fans just as much as you and Aaron do. But for Purcellville, is this the game that they can maybe look back on, focus when they need some energy, when they need some momentum? This game against Front Royal, is this the game? Yes or no? Fans just got to stay tuned in to watch.
Yeah, well, I was also involved in back in the day. I spent a fair bit of time helping cover the games in Purcellville, and I will tell you from personal experience, they certainly had a few great moments where they were, they have some moments to be proud of from last year. Let's just put it that way. Thanks, Jordan, for all that setup for tonight's game. That's what you're going to see in a few minutes. But before we get to that game, let's check in with Aaron and find out what else happened in the league back on this day in 2019.
It's June 14th. Yes, I am still at the beach. Sorry for everybody that isn't out in the water, the sun right now. I will be there shortly. First, we have a couple more games for you. Winchester, Woodstock. Jimmy Goldsmith went off in this one, going 4 of 5 with 2 runs scored, 5 RBIs for the Royals. If you recall the name, it's because Goldsmith was the hitter of the day just 3 days ago on June 11th. His outing tonight gave him the title for the second time. Jimmy went 4 of 5 with 2 runs, a home run, and 5 RBIs. In the 5 games that Goldsmith has played with the Royals so far, he's hit in all 5 of them. He's 14 of 21 overall with a batting average of .667. Absolutely incredible numbers. He's had 11 runs and 13 RBIs. Now to get back to this game, there were 2 big innings where the Royals scored 5 runs apiece, sealed the Winchester win. 13 runs off of 14 hits for the final 13-8 win over Woodstock. And the last game I have for you is Stanton versus Charlottesville. Lots of action in the third of this one. The Tom Sox scored 3 runs in the third, all unearned. However, Stanton rallied with 6 in the bottom. Devin Adams drove in 3 on a double and later scored. Ronald Brown drove in the other 2 off of a home run. Hunter Illing threw 3 and a third shutout innings to earn the save. The Braves took an 8-5 win over the Tom Sox in this one.
Hey, Aaron, thanks. We really appreciate that. Still got to ask, though, man, where is that surf and temperature report? I'm kind of dying. You know, winds are 5 miles from the southeast. Waves are breaking at 3 feet. The surfers aren't coming off the water. You know, we got to work on those beach reporting skills. Good baseball stuff, beach reporting. We need some more. All right, enough out of us about that. Jordan, what else happened in the league on this day back in the day?
All right, Graham. Well, back in the day, there were 2 more games played that I'd love to recap for everybody. And the first one is between the Harrisonburg Turks and between the Covington Lumberjacks. I love a good pitching duel. I love it when you watch that one guy at the mound just take control of a baseball game. And Austin Cohn is the guy that took control of a baseball game in this one. He and Eli Ellington in this game, they combined. They had a complete shutout of the Covington Lumberjacks in this one. 2-0 is the final. And, of course, our pitcher of the day from our good buddy John Leonard belongs to none other than, or that award, excuse me, belongs to none other than Mr. Cohn, who's going to come on out and allow only 4 hits from Covington's offense. Will strike out 9 collective batters in this game, or at least he and Mr. Ellington would. Fantastic job on the mound by the Harrisonburg Turks. Not a lot of offense, but it was really the pitching that delivered the W in this one for H-Burg. 2-0 Turks is the final there. And finally, the Strasburg Express and the Newmarket Rebels. While we're on the topic of shutouts, we got another one, just maybe with a little more offense this time. Strasburg is going to come out 11-0. They really took it to the defending champion Rebels in this ball game. And let me just say this. Mason Kenny, he's going to deliver the first 5 innings in this ball game, in this shutout win. 5 strikeouts are going to come from him before the relievers just took care of the rest. That offense, though, for Strasburg, when you have Bryson Horn and Tyler Johnson, they're going to drive in a combined 8 runs offensively for the Express in this game that the champs just really weren't present for throughout. 11-0, once again, the final in this ball game.
Yeah, well, you know, as I think back, it's, you know, interesting to hear you talk about the shutouts. I think this is our 3rd shutout that we've had in our Rewind Series games of the night. And, you know, as I think back on the season, I'm pretty sure that I can't remember exactly the team. There was actually a no-hitter that took place in Front Royal at some point. I'm pretty sure that's coming on, but definitely some good pitching. And there's nothing quite like seeing a pitcher get hot and just carry the game. That is exciting. And definitely 2019 was a season to remember for the pitching for sure. All right, man. It's that time. It's your turn. Take it away.
All right. Fans, grab your hot dogs, Cracker Jack, your beer. Let's play some baseball.
Yeah, and if you're drinking that water, get your pinky up. Otherwise, Aaron's going to track you down. All right. We miss Aaron. She'll be back next week. You guys enjoy the game.
Welcome to FIREMAN'S Field in Purcellville, Virginia, in the heart of Virginia's Shenandoah Valley. It is June 14th, 2019, and on behalf of the Valley Baseball League and the Purcellville Cannons, welcome to our live stream. Tonight, the Purcellville Cannons host the Front Royal Cardinals. This live stream is brought to you by Sheetz. Sheetz is perfect for busy lifestyles, and they're open 24/7, so grab breakfast, dinner on the go, or a late-night snack. With nearly 600 stores in 6 states, there is always a Sheetz near you. Sheetz, run and done. This live stream is also brought to you by Subway. Check out Subway's delicious new club collection, the new Steak Club, new Southwest Chicken Club, and the American Club. Subway, make it what you want. Hello and welcome into Fireman's Field. I'm Joe Skinner alongside my broadcast partner for tonight, Donnie Sherrill. And Donnie, this is a game for the Cannons against a team where they have picked up their only win of the season. The Cannons coming into tonight's game 1-8 and Front Royal 5-6. So Purcellville has a track record against the Cardinals, so they obviously have it in the back of their mind. This is a team they can beat, and they got to take that into tonight's game.
They do for sure, Joe, and only 3 games back from Front Royal in the standings, 4 overall from first place. A lot of baseball left to be played. Coach Fuller was in great spirits before the game. Hopefully that can carry over for this Cannons team that's looking desperate for a win.
And the starting pitcher for the Cannons, Greg Duncan, who will be tasked to get that win for the Cannons, was able to catch up with Donnie before the game. Here's his conversation with the starting pitcher.
Here with Purcellville Cannon pitcher Greg Duncan before Front Royal comes into town. Greg, let's start with your opponent tonight. Front Royal, 5-6 in the standings. You guys are 3 games back of them and 4 games back of first. Despite the 1-8 record, tell me one thing you feel is going in the right direction for your team.
Definitely going in the right direction is probably our offense. They've turned it around a lot. Sticks are starting to wake up. Defensively, started off the season a little bit low on that. Led the league in errors. But now that we got some guys back in town in their natural positions, I feel that defensively we stand out a lot more than we did at the beginning of the year.
So being a rising senior in college, your spot on teams always comes with a leadership role now. How do you embrace it? What's some of the main things that you like to tell to younger players, especially here in Purcellville?
Well, the younger players, I just like to tell them that it's still the game of baseball. It's still 60 feet 6 inches from home or from the mound to home, and then 90 feet to first base. The game doesn't change at all. So if there's any ever nerves with them, I can visibly tell. Go talk to them, say like, "Hey, you played your game long enough. You know what there needs to be done." And with the older guys, it's expected for them to embrace the leadership role as well and help out the younger guys and keep playing their game to their best potential.
So talking about your career at UVA-wise, honorable mention conference sophomore year, you showed improvement junior year. What's one thing you're looking to improve in your game here in the Valley Baseball League that can carry over to your senior season at UVA-wise?
Carrying over to working on here, obviously, is to keep all 4 of my pitches. Like to work on my changeup a little bit more, but also the biggest thing is to stay out of my own head. That's my biggest issue, is I'm kind of my own worst enemy. So if I can maintain confidence and whenever something bad happens, I've gotten a lot more experience of just kind of shaking it off and letting it roll off my shoulders and just kind of sticking with my game.
So lastly, looking in your biography, we noticed that you're an aspiring sports broadcaster as well, and you're also a big Red Sox guy. I know this is probably a no-brainer, but how content would you be either in the booth at Fenway Park or putting on a white jersey at Fenway Park one day?
Either or is fine with me. That's honestly, that would be a dream come true, obviously. Playing in a white jersey for sure at Fenway would definitely be a dream come true, but also working in the booth. My grandfather was a big-time sports broadcaster back in the 70s and 80s, so kind of following in his footsteps would be really cool.
Greg, thanks for your time. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
That right there is Cannon's starting pitcher tonight, Greg Duncan, who is get more into him later, but he was the opening day starter for the Cannons. And Donnie, he's got to be able to put together a good game, because the last time that the Cannons were able to pick up this win, it was a one-hit ball game, so the pitching really fueled that win.
Yeah, and like you say, Joe, I mean, Greg is, like he said in the interview, his biggest enemy is himself, so just getting past those struggles, whether it's ball control, pitch control, anything like that, as long as he can get past that and give Coach Fuller 4, maybe 5 innings at most, hopefully the Cannons can pull this one out at home.
And despite the win back on June 4th, a lot of the mistakes that the Cannons made in that game was something that Coach Fuller talked to me, and here is the full conversation between myself and Coach Fuller prior to today's game.
Now joined by Purcellville Cannons head coach Brett Fuller as we get ready for the game against Front Royal Cardinals back at home. Had a rain out last night for a game against Winchester. It's the second this week after Stanton this past Sunday, and now you have a couple other rainouts on the road. These games are starting to stack up for you guys in the future, and you're going to start seeing a lot of consecutive games, a lot of long stretches that you typically see in summer ball. How are you as a coach, and what are you instilling in some of these guys who maybe haven't played summer ball before to get ready for kind of the grind of the long summer here in the Valley?
Well, Joe, that's a good question because I certainly tell the guys from day one about the grind and what to expect.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true. How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets. Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos. Have you ever been there?
No, I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000.
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Eight or something like that. Whatever it is, it's too many. And I know that it's troublesome for our pitchers when our defense isn't playing well. Having said that, we got to get better starter pitching. It's just got to get better. And, you know, that's my job to try to figure that out. And quite frankly, with a 1-8 record, you know, I look in the mirror every morning when I get up and try to figure out what I'm going to do to make this thing turn around. So, you know, I'm going to give it my best shot here and see if this influx of new guys help us, and if so, you know, this thing's got to turn around quickly. We can't dig this hole anymore.
Now another new guy that Purcellville fans are going to be seeing for the first time today is Taylor Leak from Appalachian State. What do you have to say about him?
Well, he comes in with some good numbers from App State. By trade, he's a center fielder. We're going to stick him over there at third tonight because he's an athlete, and right now I'm waiting on a shortstop to arrive. So Clayton Baine's going to slide over from third to play short again. Clayton can handle short. I'm not worried about that. But right now I just really don't have a third baseman outside of Clayton. And Aquino's arm is giving him some trouble, so I'm going to throw him out in the outfield tonight and take him off the shortstop. He's an outfielder by trade too. So we've had a lot of guys out of position. And, you know, within the next few days, this roster should be to the point where we've got everyone in here playing the positions that they're supposed to play. Let's see what happens.
Now the last question is going back to June 4th in the win against Front Royal at Bing Crosby on the road. It was a pretty nice shutdown performance from your bullpen and some key hits. From that win, what are some of the things that you remember about that game that you want to take from that game and kind of keep going forward, other than the fact, you know, winning the ball game, but in the game itself that you want to have this team kind of remember from that game and continue to do going forward?
Well, I mean, if I want the team to remember something, it's to remember the only win we have this year. Mm-hmm. So what I remember from it, though, is we only gave up one hit in that game.
That's right.
But we chunked 6 and we walked 9. So that's what I remember. And when our pitching allows 15 base runners and you only give up 1 hit, you know, that's cause for concern. We played better that night, naturally, than we have the rest of the season. We lead the league in errors. We're the worst team in the league fielding. Our fielding percentage is below 940. I mean, that's not good. You're not going to win ball games when you're kicking a baseball around like it's a soccer ball. We had 6 or 7 errors the other night. I mean, it's ridiculous. And you know, that stuff's got to change. Some of that is attributed to the fact that guys are out of position, but when you're at the college level, and if you're fortunate enough to make it to the next level, you have to play whatever position you can play. And all these guys will tell you to a man, you know, if they get drafted and someone moves them from the infield to the outfield, they're going to do it. And you've got to play better. So any memories that I have from that game are fading because you know, my focus is just, you know, one day at a time and try to get better. And I hope I see some improvement, because if I don't, I have to do something to shake it up here, and that could be on the horizon.
All right, Cannons and Cardinals at the top of the hour. Good luck tonight, Coach.
Thank you, buddy.
And that right there was Purcellville head coach Brett Fuller. And Donnie, I want to bring you in here. You heard him say that, you know, his memory of that Front Royal win is fading fast, not only because of how long ago it was and how much of a struggle the start of the season has been, but because they're, even in a win, they just made so many mistakes, like he said, kicking the ball around like a soccer ball that, you know, just you can't have every day, you know, day in and day out if you want to win baseball games in a very tough league like the Valley League. And, you know, you can kind of tell, you know, a little bit of a sense of urgency. You kind of overheard, you know, I'm sure if, you know, Coach Fuller sees that there's some guys that are not performing, that, you know, maybe some guys will either, you know, they're going to see reduced playing time.
And Coach Fuller mentioned, too, that if it's not working for this team, then he's either going to ship them out, trade them, do something. You know, he also mentioned to me as well as you, that the season really doesn't start when it comes to the playoffs or when it comes to the division until July 1st. So there's a lot of time left, a lot of baseball left to be played, no rest, so just constant days. It's going to be a big thing to see with, you know, the Cannons, if they can keep that mental game up and strong, and if that's working for them, then it'll work out on the field for them as well.
Now, as the starting lineups for the Cannons are being introduced, and we lead right up into the national anthem, which we'll carry live, I want to talk a little bit about the out-of-town scoreboard tonight. Of course, Front Royal and Purcellville here. It's a full 5-game slate. Also in the North Division, Newmarket is in Strasburg taking on the first-place Express. They are 5-4 and at the top of the North Division. You also have another North Division game, Woodstock and Winchester. Winchester Royals were supposed to be playing here last night at Fireman's Field. That game was rained out and will be made up on July 1st. Also in the South Division, you have Harrisonburg taking on Covington. Covington, and I'm sure we'll be getting into later in the game, a log jam at the top of the South Division. They're a half game back of Stanton, who after a little bit of a slide from the Tom Sox has retaken the lead in the South Division. Also Charlottesville themselves, they take on Stanton. So that's 1 versus 3 in the South Division. And it was kind of look at the early season standings and how they're starting to shake out. In the North Division, you have Strasburg out top at 5-4, Winchester at 4-4 with a half game back, and then Front Royal, Woodstock 5-6, Newmarket 4-5, Purcellville in the cellar at 1-8, and then the South Division, you have Stanton out top there, Valley League leading 8-3, Covington right behind them 7-3, Charlottesville 6-3, Waynesboro 5-3. That's all right to go. All these teams half game back of each other, and then Harrisonburg way back there, 5 games back to first at 2-7. So that's your Valley League out-of-town scoreboard and standings update. Now with the national anthem live from Fireman's Field. Here is live from the bottom.
Most dangerous in the Cannons lineup steps up now.
So it is Jose Aquino, the big righty. He's left the yard 5 times this season. One of those 5 was this past Tuesday at Waynesboro into deep left center field, one of the deepest parts of this ballpark. So now Choate moves to the stretch with a high leg lift. He delivers the fastball to Aquino in there for a strike. Aquino hitting .378, tops in, or rather second highest behind Max Crabb, who has not played in a few games due to an injury, but tops in the lineup for Purcellville tonight. As going back over to first, not in time. It looks like a tough move from Choate. The lefty always looking to be deceptive. He might have been leaning towards home, but he gets away with one there. Mike Brewer barely got back in time. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on first for Aquino. From the stretch, Choate comes with the slide step. It's fouled straight back to the wall, and it's 0-2. Aquino quickly in the hole. Kaziski stands on deck. Not a very big movement in the outfield for Front Royal, not playing as deep as maybe they should be. As another throw over to first, and they have Brewer in a rundown between first and second. So it's the shortstop now, backing him up towards first, and now Choate has it. He tries to pump fake, but he'll have Brewer out to dry. Another can has been picked off in this ballgame. They had 1 pick off in the last game, and now Brewer is gunned down on the pickoff from Choate. So a tough play there after 2 very good moves from Kyle Choate. So, and now Aquino is in the 0-2 hole, and Choate could find his way right out of this inning. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Aquino goes down on strikes. So after what looked like a nice little start for the Cannons, they go down 1, 2, 3 through one complete. Still looking for our first run. Nothing between Purcellville and Front Royal.
There's no better way for a family to spend a summer night than with the Purcellville Cannons. The Cannons are Loudoun County's team in the Valley Baseball League, and they play their home games at historic FIREMAN'S Field in Purcellville, the county's premier baseball venue. Adult tickets are $5, 65 and over get in for $3, while kids tickets are just $2. What a deal. So see tomorrow's stars today and hear the crack of the bat when you check out the Purcellville Cannons. The 2019 Purcellville Cannons season is sponsored in part by Banshee Motor Cars, Lowers Risk Group, Prop Metcalf, Bill Russatella PMA Insurance Services, Loudoun Valley Floors, Valley Energy, Wegmeyer Farms, Doug Walker Merrill Lynch, Donnie Ulmer Mill Creek Farm Meats, Hit and Run Sports Cars, Terry's Body Shop, Loudoun Lumber, the Purcellville Pub, Lowry's Crab Shack, Joe Fleming Painting, Sandy Weir Landmark Group Commercial, Casa Tequila Bar and Grill, Hartley Home Exteriors, Anytime Fitness, Allegra Print Signs Design, the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes, J.R. Snyder Plumbing, Climactic Heating and Cooling, National Sports Medicine Institute, Pack Rat Hauling, Norbo Dental, Beckwith Bowl Carter Braxton.
Carson Bell leads off the top of the second for Front Royal, still scoreless at FIREMAN'S Field. The cleanup hitter sends a drive into deep right field and a bat flip exclamation point from Carson Bell. First pitch swinging, it is gone. A solo shot for Carson Bell gets the Cardinals their first runs of the ball game, and it's 1-0.
Wasted no time on that one, Joe. First pitch of the inning, Carson Bell sends a moonshot to right field, and that's our first run of the ball game.
It's Bell's second home run of the season, and Front Royal takes a 1-0 lead before we could barely get back on the air. So it'll bring up Matt Cederberg, the third baseman, who now is hitting with a 1-0 Front Royal lead. He takes a ball inside from Duncan. 1-0, and that one's driven into deep left center field. Turns Hyde back to his right. He's back at the wall, running, and now he makes the grab, running into the fence in deep left center field. A nice play from Morgan Hyde, showing off the wheels for out number one.
And you can catch Greg Duncan coming off the mound, giving him tip of the cap. Great play by the center fielder, gets first out of the inning.
So Cederberg goes down on the fly out. So it brings up Levi Lazenring out of South Carolina, Aiken. First pitch to him is a fastball in there for a strike. So here's the pitch from Duncan. 0-1's in there. So there's 2 strikes and 1 out to the Matt Cederberg. Or rather, Levi Lazenring. He looks at a ball outside. Lazenring did not play this past season for South Carolina Aiken as he was redshirting and spent 2018 at Eastern Arizona College. 1-2 is waved at and missed. Kyle Hayes keeps it in front for out number 2, and Greg Duncan has his second strikeout of the day.
Now batting from JMU, the right fielder, number 14, Trip.
So it's going to be Trip Willis now out of James Madison University. Back there with his college teammate Kyle Hayes doing the catching for Purcellville. First pitch to Willis comes high. He has to get out of the way of that one. 1-0 Front Royal lead off the bat of Carson Bell. A solo shot to deep right field. There's a 1-0. Off the hands, and that's popped into foul ground as Gutierrez settles under it for out number 3. But it's not before Carson Bell strikes and gives Front Royal the lead headed to the bottom of the second.
$2. What a deal. So see tomorrow's stars today and hear the crack of the bat when you check out the Purcellville Cannons.
4-5-6 for Purcellville here in the bottom of the second. They find themselves trailing 1-0 after the solo shot home run from the Front Royal second baseman Carson Bell. Donnie Sherrill alongside me. I'm Joe Skinner bringing you all the action. 1-0. First pitch to Andrew Kaziski is in there for a strike out of Hampton-Sydney College. And a in-state product senior out of Chesapeake, Virginia. And to face the 0-1, misses low. That was a deep home run from Carson Bell. He knew it right off the bat. Kaziski, the lefty, in to face the 1-1 from Choate. A big curveball escapes the bat of Kaziski. And now he's in a 2-strike count. Front Royal's been one of the hotter teams and won 3 of their last 5. As a curveball, tries to back him up and come back inside with it, but it's 2-2. Won 3 of their last 5 and in a stretch right now of 7 games in 6 days. This is their 4th on that stretch here in Purcellville. They can't finish it with a doubleheader as Kaziski goes down on strikes for the second strikeout of Choate's night. So it brings up the new cannon, Taylor Leak. From App State, he'll be playing third base tonight. He's making his debut at FIREMAN'S Field tonight in front of the hometown fans. Was 1 for 3 2 nights ago in Woodstock. So that one's grounded left side, first pitch swinging. On to Baggett, over to first, and it's off the top of the glove of the first baseman, Leisenring. So Morgan Hyde will hold it first. I'd imagine that'll be an error on the first baseman, Leisenring. So Morgan Hyde will reach here in the second with 1 out.
Now batting from Radford University, your shortstop, number 18, Clayton.
So that brings up Clayton Baine now with a runner on first is Leak. It will be an error. I'd imagine it's on the first baseman, Leisenring. It was off the top of his glove. So it'll be Clayton Baine out of the 6 hole for Purcellville tonight. And the lead for Leak is a lot smaller after seeing Mike Brewer get picked off back in the first. Really only one big step off the bag. So Bain ahead in the count, 1-0. That one's popped up, right side, could be trouble. Coming in on it is Willis, and now backing up into foul ground. It'll fall right in between Willis and Bell, who were chasing after it. It was a long run for the right fielder, but it'll just be a strike that evens up the count 1-1. So Taylor Leak, yes, it will be an E3 by Front Royal. Clayton Baine hitting 115 on the season with a double, a home run, RBI. Playing shortstop tonight for the Cannons. Choate, the lefty from the stretch. Slide steps home, brings a fastball in there low for a ball. Baine ahead in the count. So it's Tyler Leak from App State at first, making his first game here in FIREMAN'S Field. His pick over to first is off target, but Leak is in there in time. And the Cannons coaching staff is all over it. A very crafty move from Kyle Choate. They could spell trouble for Cannons base runners. 2-1 count on the way to Clayton. This is high above the letters. Hitters count for Clayton. 3-1, 1 down, and a 1-0 Front Royal lead. Front Royal's been a very tough team to beat on the road so far in the early season. They're 4-1 on the road compared to 1-4. As Clayton looks at ball 4 high. A 5-pitch walk issued, and now Purcellville has 2 runners on with only 1 out.
Your first baseman, number 24.
So it'll be Jose Gutierrez has a chance to hit with a runner in scoring position, Tyler Leak. So Gutierrez, the first baseman for the Cannons, and a lefty-lefty matchup. Choate comes set with his right foot in front of his left, looking cross-legged towards the batter. First pitch to Gutierrez is high and away. It's 5 balls in the last 6 pitches from Kyle Choate, who has had a walk issue in his earlier starts. Has 7 walks on the season and only 2 starts. 1-0 count to Gutierrez. Curveball catches the outer corner for a strike.
And Lisenberg is definitely playing off the bag, Joe, and you could tell that Choate's focused on just getting outs now, and maybe there could be a bigger lead for Clayton Baine over there at first base.
Jose steps in from the left side, ready to face the 1-1 with 1 down. Leak dancing off his second, but Choate comes home with it. And that one's to the left side, could be 2, but a play over to first will be the only play for Cedarburg. They're both runners advance, and with 2 outs, it'll be Manny Reyes, the designated hitter, trying to pick up some 2-out RBIs for the Cannons.
Now batting from Asa College, your designated hitter.
It's the
number 29,
Asa College product
Manny
from
Reyes.
Asa College in Miami, a JUCO down there. So 2 down for the righty, and the Cannons have a chance to tie this thing up with a 2-out base hit. Choate comes home with a big leg lift. It's a fastball and in there for a strike. So strength against weakness in terms of records. Front Royal 4-1 on the road. Purcellville 0-4 at home so far this season. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Pitch on the way to Manny is to the left side. Gets through Cedarburg. 1 run will score. Coming around is Clayton Baine. Play at the plate is not in time. And the Cannons have the lead. A 2-out, 2 RBI base hit for Manny Reyes.
Just what the Cannons needed, Joe. Getting on the board and in big style here. Manny Reyes making that quick appearance in the lineup. Only 10 at-bats up to this point, but this one definitely means a lot for the Cannons here at home.
Reyes initially slated to play right field tonight. He got moved to designated hitter right before the game started, and he is able to come through with a big clutch 2-out RBI base hit. The Cannons are back on top 2-1. And that's something we have not seen a ton from the Cannons this season. They're able to kind of swing right back at the Cardinals after they get that home run. It's kind of that response inning from Purcellville here in the bottom of the second that we haven't seen too much this season. 0-1 count in there to Kyle Hayes, the catcher, hitting out of the 9-hole. Purcellville looking to flip the lineup. Fouled straight back off the catcher, so it's 0-2. Kyle, the catcher out of James Madison, hitting 200 on the season with 3 doubles. And is the 6th batter of the inning for the Cannons. 0-2 count. Choate looking to get out of it. Curveball. Frees him up. Got him looking. But the damage already done for Purcellville. A 2 RBI base hit for Manny Reyes. Flips the score, and the Cannons have the lead. It's 2-1.
Hey baseball fans, Graham Knight here for the Valley Baseball League. Just wanting to give a shout out to one of our newest sponsors, Stephen Toyota. Stephen Toyota's in Harrisonburg, Virginia. They've been an avid sponsor of the Harrisonburg Turks for years. I want to let you know that I'd buy a Toyota from them, and I'm thrilled to introduce them to you as our Southern Division sponsor. That means every time a team from the Southern Division, whether it's Harrisonburg, the Stanton Braves, the Waynesboro Generals, the Charlottesville Tom Sox, or the Covington Lumberjacks, whenever they play anywhere, you'll be seeing a Stephen Toyota commercial in those live streams. We couldn't do these live streams without him. So a warm welcome to Stephen Toyota from Harrisonburg, Virginia. If you're looking for a car and you're anywhere near Harrisonburg, please stop in and see Ryan. Let him know that you appreciate his help with these live streams and take a good look at their inventory. I love what I saw there, and I got to be honest, one of my favorite cars was a 2009 Camry Hybrid. I sold it to a guy after 150,000 miles. He called me back about 7 to 8 months later to thank me for selling him that car. He'd actually gone another 50,000 miles in it and was just putting a new set of tires on it. So if you're into Toyotas and you're anywhere near Harrisonburg, give our newest sponsor, Stephen Toyota, a good look. Thank you, Ryan. It's great to have you on our team.
If you're buying, you gotta see Ryan.
2-1 lead over Front Royal. First pitch into Jose Hernandez is a ball. fouled on the third baseline for strike one. Jose Hernandez, product of USC Aiken, redshirt this past season from Gulfport, Florida. 118 average on the year, 2 hits and 17 at-bats. A double, 2 base on balls, a couple of strikeouts. Swinging through that pitch from Greg Duncan, trying to take a hold of this inning and keep this lead for the Cannons as he has a 1-2 count on Hernandez. From the windup, Duncan fires in, and that just missed the plate, according to the home plate umpire, Mike Mackey, as the count runs even at 2-2. Duncan delivers, and that ball is in the dirt as the count runs full.
Can't lose him here if you're Greg Duncan. Looks like he's locating his fastball well. This would be a big first out to get after retaking the lead.
Duncan collects the sign and delivers. That's strike 3 as the ball goes to the backstop. Recorded as a strikeout, however, Jose Hernandez reaches to first base, which gets a base runner for the 9-hitter, Will Ahrens, the catcher.
It'll be a pass ball on Kyle Hayes. Tough break. That was a good pitch that Kyle Hayes just couldn't keep in front of him. And that's the kind of mistake you don't want to make after retaking the lead, is giving Front Royal a base runner to start off the inning.
Will Ahrens steps to the plate, product of Center College in Danville, Kentucky, as that ball is fouled straight back. Native of Sandersville, Georgia, batting 158 on the year, 3 hits, 19 at-bats, an RBI, a double. Started 10 out of 13 games this year at Center College, hit 156 with 5 hits and 32 at-bats, as he looks to do some damage here for the Cardinals. That pitch is swung on and missed. Greg Duncan getting the ball to the mitt. Not much problem besides that 1 home run to Carson Bell.
Ugly swing there from Will Ahrens. Must have been fooled on that one. Kind of a half-hearted effort.
The 0-2 pitch is fouled back as Ahrens stays alive in that bat.
Straight on back, the first baseline is deep, but if you track it in, bring it back to the lower concession area. Your foul ball sponsor.
Duncan will work from the stretch with Hernandez on first, takes a look. Looks for his sign, collects. From the letters, the pitch. Hernandez goes. Kyle Hayes throws down to second. That will be close, and he's out of there. Kyle Hayes with a beautiful throw from behind the dish. Greg Duncan fired up. This Cannons dugout is also fired up, as that is out number 2.
Greg Duncan and Kyle Hayes dialed in. A nice strike him out, throw him out, double play. The second one we've seen this season at Fireman's Field. And an old, kind of a different way to turn 2. And the Cannons now eliminating a runner, and now with 2 down, they have a chance to get a 1-2-3 inning.
Patrick Baggett steps up to the plate. His previous at-bat was a ground out to the first baseman, Gutierrez, as he takes strike 1. Second pitch from Duncan is lined into left field. That should be no problem for Mike Brewers. He makes the catch. Cannons, quick inning by Greg Duncan as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Purcellville leads 2-1.
The 2019 Purcellville Cannons season is sponsored in part by Banshee Motor Cars, Lowers Risk Group, Crop Metcalf, Bill Russatella PMA Insurance Services, Loudon Valley Floors, Valley Energy, Wegmeyer Farms, Doug Walker Merrill Lynch, Donnie Ulmer Mill Creek Farm Meats, Hit and Run Sports Cars, Terry's Body Shop, Loudon Lumber, the Purcellville Pub, Lowry's Crab Shack, Joe Fleming Painting, Sandy Weir Landmark Group Commercial, Casa Tequila Bar and Grill, Hartley Home Exteriors, Anytime Fitness, Allegra Print Signs Design, the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes, J.R. Snyder Plumbing, Climactic Heating and Cooling, National Sports Medicine Institute, Pack Rat Hauling, Norbo Dental, Beckwith Bowl Carter Braxton. There's no better way for a family to spend a summer night than with the Purcellville Cannons. The Cannons are Loudoun County's team in the Valley Baseball League, and they play their home games at historic Fireman's Field in Purcellville, the county's premier baseball venue. Adult tickets are $5, 65 and over get in for $3, while kids tickets are just $2. What a deal. So see tomorrow's stars today and hear the crack of the bat when you check out the Purcellville Cannons.
Donnie Sherrill here alongside Joe Skinner here at Fireman's Field as we head to the bottom of the third inning. Purcellville with a 2-1 lead as the top of the lineup comes to the plate with the Cannons this inning. Morgan Hyde steps in and takes strike one. Appling, Georgia native, Coastal Carolina University. Hit .400, appearing in 33 games, 2 starts. Collecting 12 hits and 30 at-bats his junior year down in Conway, South Carolina, as the count evens at 1-1. Pitch from Choate from the windup is in the dirt, as the count goes to 2-1. Sunny skies, 73 degrees here in Purcellville, Virginia, following a rainstorm last night, as Morgan Hyde hits one into the ground, and it's fair, and Morgan Hyde reaches. Kyle Choate couldn't handle the ball down the first base line as Cannons get a base runner here to start the bottom of the third inning.
And that was an interesting play right there. Obviously off the end of the bat and spinning so much. I mean, that ball must have been, it would have been just as successful as a maybe pool shot or anything, maybe in another sport, but so much spin. Choate tried, the only chance he had to get him was to pick it up with a bare hand. Just too much spin for him to handle. Nice little cue ball shot there from Morgan Hyde.
Here comes Mike Brewer to the plate, taking ball one. Was caught stealing in the first inning. Hopefully, for the Cannons' sake, Morgan Hyde can take a lesson from that and maybe not take such a substantial lead over at first base. As Choate checks him out and delivers, Brewer fouls one down the first base line towards the bullpen. Michael Brewer, the rising sophomore out of Eastern Kentucky University from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Rated a 9 out of 10 on his perfect game profile coming out of high school, which rates him as a potential top 10 round draft pick, as Kyle Choate lobs one over to first base to check on Hyde. So a lot of potential for Brewer, a lot of potential for a lot of Cannons on this team, Joe, and hopefully they can turn it around here as the record really doesn't show the talent they have. Morgan Hyde goes, pitch inside, call for a strike as he gets down, and he's safe. Morgan Hyde active on the base path, gets the Cannons runner in scoring position as the throw from Will Aarons was just a tad late.
The second stolen base on the season for Morgan Hyde. He got a great jump. It's always tough to read, especially a lefty like Choate, who has already picked you off once. And a strong arm from behind the plate. Aarons was just a little bit high, so it was a slow tag at second. That was the difference there.
Brewer can now work with the runner in scoring position as he calls time from home plate.
All right, thanks.
The count is 1-2.
Yeah, please. Thanks, Scott. Thanks, Ryan.
Choate collects his sign and looks to deal. Morgan Hyde dancing at second as Brewer swings right through that fastball from Choate as the count evens at 2-2. Or excuse me, he'll go down on strikes. Scoreboard malfunction here at Fireman's Field. Count was 1-2 as Michael Brewer will go down for the first out of the inning.
And despite a 2-1 ball game through 2.5, we have a pitcher's duel shaping up here. That's the 4th strikeout for Choate so far. Greg Duncan on the mound for the Cannons already has 4 strikeouts, so his first time through the lineup. These two starters are dealing.
So with 1 out, runner on second, Morgan Hyde stands at second. Jose Aquino steps to the plate as he takes breaking ball for ball 1 in the dirt. Jose Aquino leading the Valley League in home runs with 5. Last home game here at Fireman's, he delivered a memorable shot to left field to put a run on the board for the Cannons. I'm sure they'd love something similar here as they look to extend the lead. Choate delivers. Jose Aquino swinging for the fences, and he swings through that pitch as a strike comes across.
It's 1-1 count for Jose Aquino.
And Choate looks to deliver from the stretch. Morgan Hyde on second. Aquino stands in. And that ball is called on the inside part of the plate for strike 2 as Jose Aquino takes that pitch. Jose Aquino batting .378 this year. As I mentioned, 5 home runs, 7 RBIs, 7 runs scored, also 15 strikeouts. And Morgan Hyde goes. Jose Aquino swings and misses for out number 2, but Morgan Hyde, a little bit of a collision there, third base with Matt Cederberg, but Morgan Hyde slides in safely with no throw. Second stolen base of the inning, and the Cannons have a run on third with 2 out. Andrew Kosiski stepping to the plate.
And another great jump from Morgan Hyde there, as you saw. He was flying into third base, went head over heels, almost did a nice little somersault there into third base. Either way, no throw, he's in there.
No regard for the defender, a little dirt on that white jersey. No problem for Hyde. As Kosiski takes a timeout. May have got something in his eye. Need those at the plate. So he takes time and collects himself.
Another chance for a clutch 2-out RBI here for the Cannons in the bottom of the third.
Choate delivers from the stretch as Kosiski fouls one straight back. Cal Choate looking to get out of this inning as Morgan Hyde has now made his way over to third base. Second stolen base of the inning as the count is 0-1. With Kosiski awaiting the next pitch. Choate collects his sign. Leg kick. Kosiski just gets to Baggett as Baggett makes the play over at short into shallow left field. Cannons strand one, but they still hold a 2-1 lead heading to the top of the 4th inning here at Fireman's Field.
Hey, baseball fans. Graham Knight here with the Valley Baseball League, and I want to take a second to introduce you to a close personal friend of mine, Grace Burrows. She's a New York Times best-selling author, but she's also a close personal friend of yours, even though you may not know it. In fact, without Grace's help, we would not have been able to bring you the playoffs and championships last year. Thanks to her, we were able to cover every single game. And thanks to her, this year we had all the gear we need to support 11 different sites throughout the Shenandoah Valley. Take a second and look at her latest book, When a Duchess Says I Do. Grace Burrows, she believes in love and baseball. If you can't find romance on the baseball diamond, take a look at graceburrows.com/bookshelf. And if you've already got the love of your life, good for you. Drop Grace a line and let her know that you really appreciate her help with these live streams. It would mean a lot.
Hit and that one run, home run.
Second pitch of the at-bat from Duncan runs low in the dirt as the count evens, 1-1. Joe, you can tell he was maybe a little bit rattled after that home run, but he showed great poise and comfort. As that ball's hit over to Gutierrez, Greg Duncan making the run for the 3rd time this game as Greg Duncan gets a little bit of conditioning this game off the mound as he collects a little toss from Gutierrez for out number 1. As I was saying, with Duncan giving up that home run, showing poise and staying calm, really speaks volumes to just how mature he is as a rising senior.
Yeah, it does. And, you know, like you saw, he's definitely getting his runs in. Hopefully Coach Fuller takes it easy on him after the game with his post-game runs.
First pitch into Trey Fields is a ball in the dirt. Trey Fields struck out swinging back in the top of the 1st inning. Part of that 1-2-3 to start the game for Duncan as he looks to deliver. That ball's fouled straight back.
Of course, Greg Duncan, a 2016 graduate of Westfield High School. A little bit of a high school baseball update. His alma mater playing in the 6A state championship down in Richmond. They actually just lost to another Fairfax Power, Lake Braddock.
And that ball's in the dirt. Runs the count to 1-2.
two tough Fairfax teams, and Lake Braddock gets it done. But Westfield, they've really established themselves. Well, they've really not really established. They've always been a great program at Fairfax.
That ball's lined over to Gutierrez again. Greg Duncan making another run. And this seems like it's a common theme for this game. Greg Duncan making his 4th trip over to first base. No problem for the UVA-wise pitcher.
And you see Gutierrez and Duncan exchanging pleasantries there on the way back. He's definitely getting his work in, and this is exactly, some of these ground balls we're getting at first base, you can't even hit better in PFPs when you're practicing. These are perfect balls. They're executing perfectly, great timing, and getting it done.
Duncan delivers from the windup. Stepping in now is Carson Bell. Cannons fans know who he is after that moonshot to right field back in the top of the 2nd inning. As that ball gets past Hayes for ball 1. I think everyone in the ballpark knew that ball was gone, but Carson Bell was the first one as he had a little bit of a moment at home plate before jogging around the bases as he takes strike 2. A little bat flip, showing some swagger. Bell did, but he's now behind in the count 1-2. Duncan delivers, and that ball's outside as the count evens.
And Duncan, you can see, pretty amped up. He's bringing the heat on that fastball.
Greg Duncan from the windup, and that gets away out of the strike zone as the count runs full.
He sees locked in right now, trying to get out of this inning.
Looking for his 4th strikeout of the game, Duncan. And Carson Bell just stays alive as he chops one over to the Cannons dugout. As the count stays even at 3-2 with 2 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Greg Duncan looking for another 1-2-3 inning for the Cannons as he looks to get those guys out there hitting to continue this lead. Greg Duncan delivers, and that ball is fouled straight back. 8th pitch of the at-bat upcoming, Joe.
So after Bell goes first pitch swinging and leaving the yard in his last at-bat, now he's in a nice little battle here with Greg.
Duncan leg kicks and delivers. And that runs just outside. Greg Duncan lets that batter get away from him as Carson Bell takes his bag, which sends Matt Cederberg to the plate.
Now batting the 3rd baseman, number 2, Matt Cederberg.
Matt Cederberg, product of Central Florida College, hometown Fort Myers, Florida. As he's first pitch swinging, that ball is fouled down the 3rd baseline over to Leak. Played in 15 games at Central Florida College this past season, batted .360 with 7 RBIs and 12 runs scored. This year so far for the Cardinals, .375, 3 hits and 8 at-bats. Reached base on balls twice with 1 run scored. As he looks to move over his teammate Carson Bell with 2 outs. That ball is lined over to 3rd base. Tyler Lee can't handle as Carson Bell thinks about going to 3rd. That'll go down as an E5 on the 3rd baseman. As the Cardinals now have something brewing with 2 runners on here in the top of the 4th inning.
Yeah, and Cannons can't let this inning get away from them. They were cruising through the first 2 batters, and now a walk and an error. These are just shooting themselves in the foot. They got to be able to get out of it. Something that kind of shows that this team is turning around. Earlier games, this is the type of inning that they would have get away from them.
Leisenring lines one into center field. Shallow from Morgan Hyde as he makes the run. The throw home. Play at the plate. Not in time. Kyle Hayes collected the relay throw from Morgan Hyde just a tad late as another run comes across for the Cardinals. Carson Bell scores and evens this game at 2.
That's just, it happened as I was finishing up saying it. This inning was so promising for the Cannons, and no, Brett Fuller's going to be disappointed as it looks like now he's coming out to chat with Kyle Hayes, either Kyle Hayes or the home plate umpire. Looks like it is Kyle. So, but yeah, you get 2 quick outs and then a walk-in error and kind of a bloop single to center field that falls in front of Morgan Hyde, and that's a tie ball game.
In the middle of the 5th inning tonight, kids. Get your energy.
It looked like a routine ground ball over there for Leak, but he couldn't make the play, which allowed 2 base runners on. And now here we are. Tie score here in the top of the 4th inning as Front Royal has now evened this game at 2. If you're just joining us, Donnie Sherrill alongside Joe Skinner here at Fireman's Field as Greg Duncan looks to get out of this inning to stop the bleeding as that ball's in the dirt. Runners on 1st and 3rd, 2 away here as Duncan now delivers from the stretch. Check swing from Trip Willis. He did not go around. Count runs to 2-0.
Seems like Greg's been making some good pitches. It's just, you know, like you said, kind of a flare. Maybe didn't catch all the barrel of Levi Lazenring on that last play. And then obviously the error was a softly hit ground ball that's just a little bit too far out of the reach of Tyler Leak.
Duncan checks on the runner at 3rd and delivers. That ball is high, and now it is 3-0. As you mentioned, Joe, Duncan was showing great command. Now he's letting a couple batters get away from him, and I'm sure the Cannons would love to get out of this inning, only giving up 1 run. Duncan collects his sign and delivers. That ball is inside for ball 4. Some angst now at the mound for Greg Duncan as he now has the bases loaded as Jose Hernandez steps to the plate for the Cardinals. Jose Hernandez, product from USC Aiken, redshirt season this past year, Gulfport, Florida. As one swing of the bat can really do some damage for the Cardinals as Greg Duncan fires one in for strike 1 as Kyle Hayes looks to go talk at the mound.
Big first pitch strike there for Greg. Really needed that pitch after a couple of walks and maybe a miscommunication on the sign because right after that ball came in, Kyle Hayes, or maybe they're talking about the signs. He got a runner out at second. Maybe could be picking off, relaying some signs. But, yeah, big strike there. Dunk Greg really needed it.
0-1 count as Hernandez steps back into the box. For the Cardinals, Greg Duncan delivers from the windup. Duncan to the plate. Hernandez says, stay there. Over to Matt Cederberg at 3rd base as that ball was in the dirt to Kyle Hayes. Count runs to 1-1. Duncan looking to get out of this inning. He fires. And that's strike 2. Jose Hernandez coming up empty on that swing. As Greg Duncan, I'm sure, would love to get out of this jam, only giving up 1 run to this Cardinals offense. Duncan, set, delivers. And that ball's hit over to 3rd base. Leak fires over to 1st base. Just gets the out. Could have had a force out of 3rd base, but no matter for the Cannons as they get out of this jam. Bases loaded. Heading to the bottom of the 4th inning. We are deadlocked at 2.
Mark your calendars now. The Valley Baseball League's All-Star Game is Sunday, July 7th, right here at Veterans Memorial Park on the JMU campus. Please plan on taking in all the action. While the game starts at 7:30 p.m., the fun starts at 3:30 p.m. with batting practice. The 60-yard dash and home run derby starts at 5:20. Tickets are $5 for adults and $3 for kids ages 3 to 12. And if they come in uniform, they get it for free. So mark those calendars, Sunday, July 7th, 7:30 p.m., right here in Veterans Memorial Park. You don't want to miss this. Come and join us and see tomorrow's superstars play.
Welcome back to Fireman's Field alongside Joe Skinner. I'm Donnie Sherrill. This live stream is brought to you by Sheets. Sheets is perfect for busy lifestyles, and they're open 24/7, so grab breakfast, dinner on the go, or a late-night snack. With nearly 600 stores in 6 states, there's always a Sheets near you. Sheets, run and done. Again, welcome back to Fireman's Field alongside Joe Skinner. I'm Donnie Sherrill. As the Cannons and Cardinals are deadlocked at 2. Here in the bottom of the 4th inning as Tyler Leak evens the count with a swinging strike 1. Choate delivers a curveball, misses outside.
Just saw
the count goes to 2-1. Joe?
Saw Tyler Leak there at the end of that inning. Made a nice little backhanded stab at 3rd and took a step towards the bag. Could have gotten the force out.
Swing and a miss as Tyler Leak is behind in the count 1-2. Like you said, Joe, I think everyone in the ballpark was saying, hey, tag third. You could have had a force out, but he throws over to first base. Gutierrez handles. No problemo.
Made it a little harder on himself.
Tyler Leak had to pick up his feet there as that ball ran a little too far inside. As the count runs full to 3-2. 6th pitch of the at-bat upcoming for the App State Mountaineer at the plate. Choate delivers as Leak swings out in front of that one. Poked over to right field. Should be no problem for Trip Willis, as that's the first out of the inning.
Off the end of the bat there, Tyler Leak. See if the Cannons can respond to that one inning. Obviously, they haven't played in front in a ton of games. Something that, obviously, we're at the quarter pole of the season, 10 games in, and something you got to be able to do is you got to respond when you get punches thrown at you.
And Clayton Baine steps in. First pitch hit by Choate. Umpire walks out, hands him a ball. May have exchanged a few words, but Clayton Baine, however, is at first base. And that's a base runner for the Cannons as Jose Gutierrez looks to advance here in the bottom of the 4th inning with the Cannons tied at 2 with the Cardinals.
Funny story about Jose Gutierrez that I heard, and I'm not 100% sure if it's true, but wearing white, it's not even white eye black, it's white paint on right under his eyes.
Is it paint?
Or, I guess whatever eye black is, it's white. And apparently, the story goes, apparently he bought what he thought was eye black, put it on day one, found out it was white, and he's just gone with it ever since. You would think it does the exact opposite of what eye black does to Shane, but he's rolling, he's rocking, he's looking good.
That's a pass ball, goes by the catcher Aarons as Clayton Baine stands up at second base with no throw. As the Cannons now have a runner in scoring position. Great opportunity for Jose Gutierrez with the white eye black, if you will, to get another run in for the Cannons.
It just doesn't feel right saying white eye black.
It does not at all. But like you said, whatever works. Coach
whatever
Fuller,
works.
I'm sure gave him an earful once he saw him wearing it, as I would have as well. Good laugh there for the team as Gutierrez stands in with a 2-0 count. As Choate checks Baine at second base, delivers to the plate. That ball is inside, and it's now 3-0.
All right, fans, coming around now is number 40, Avery.
A lot of fans here tonight at Fireman's Field looking for a win from their hometown Cannons here in Purcellville. As it's a good start. 2-2 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 3-0 count to Gutierrez as he takes strike one right down the pipe.
No intention of swinging there on a 3-0. As he's got a runner out in scoring position, he could get an even better pitch here with only one out.
Gutierrez stands in. White gloves, white paint under his eyes, white sleeve, white jerseys. As he swings and misses. Fouls one straight back.
It's a juicy looking curveball there. Started up his shoulder and was not thrown very hard. Came straight down, and a big swing at it, just missed it, nicked it right back to home plate.
Gutierrez stands in. Baine on second. Manny Reyes on deck. Choate delivers. And very, very bold take on that pitch, but it pays off for Gutierrez as he takes his bag, which brings up Manny Reyes from Asa College in Miami. Reyes with a 2 RBI single back in the bottom of the 2nd as he's served hero so far for the Cannons on the scoreboard, and we can see now what he can do with a runner at third and runner on first with one out.
And also Clayton Baine stole third, and I don't think anybody in the entire ballpark noticed. Not a peep from the defense. He stole third with not any trouble.
Reyes lines one to shortstop. Plays made over at second, and that's a double play. Great piece of fielding by Baggett over to Liesenring at first base as no runs come across for the Cannons here in the bottom of the 4th inning. As we head to the top of the 5th, we are tied at 2 at Fireman's Field.
So at Sheets, we really exist to make people's lives easier every day. In this moment, we have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to connect with some of our lucky fans to help make their dreams come true. How are you? I'm Ryan Sheets. Here's a brand new truck for you, man. A once-in-a-lifetime dream vacation to Turks and Caicos. Have you ever been there?
No, I've never been anywhere.
A check for $25,000.
This is a testament to why everybody should be a Sheets freak.
Welcome back to Fireman's Field alongside Joe Skinner. I'm Donnie Sherrill. Joe, new pitcher on the mound, and for more on that and the next 2 innings of play-by-play, here is Joe Skinner.
Yes, and a new pitcher on in relief of Greg Duncan for the Cannons is the UMBC product Tanner Esposito, a 6-foot sophomore from Williamsport, Pennsylvania. He's making his 13th, or rather, making an appearance here for the Cannons tonight. Made 13 appearances for UMBC in the America East Conference, 10 starts for a 3-1 record. 37.2 innings pitched, 20 Ks, and a 6.69 ERA. He has to hold on to this tie for the Cannons. It is a 2-2 ball game, and Front Royal will have 8-9-1 due up, or rather 9-1-2 due up here in the top of the 5th. So we saw Manny Reyes on that last inning grounded to a double play to end a promising, and a runner out at third, Clayton Baine, with only 1 out. And first pitch swinging off the hands. And a double play, so it'll be the catcher, or rather the catcher, Will Ahrens. Keep getting mixed up here between the 8 and 9 hitters. So Tanner Esposito making his 2nd appearance on the season for the Cannons. First pitch from the righty is grounded to the left side. Bain makes a run at it. He takes a tumble. Throw on to first is not in time, as it looks like he got there and blew out a tire. So first pitch. And first pitch, he's on for the Cardinals. It's Will Ahrens. It's an infield single in the book. The only other game Esposito has pitched in this season was in a 5-4 loss against the Express back on June 7th. Through 2 innings, a walk, a strikeout, faced 9 batters in relief. So that brings up the leadoff man, Patrick Baggett, the lefty, with a runner on first and no outs. First pitch swinging. It's a swing and a miss for strike 1. Esposito, of course, out of the home of the Little League World Series, Williamsport, Pennsylvania. Williamsport High School. Was 3-time All-Conference in high school and a 2-time team MVP. Set at the belt. Brings the 0-1. Baggett squares the bunt, drops it down the third base line. It'll hit the grass cutout and roll foul. So 0-2 count now for Baggett.
Right idea by Baggett, and like you said, just rolled fouls. That could have been trouble for the Cannons on the base pass for the Cardinals.
2-2 ball game here at Fireman's Field. It's been blow after blow. These two teams, Front Royal scored in the top of the 2nd on a solo shot from Carson Bell, and scored in the top of the 4th on a single from Levi Leisenring. Purcellville's 2 runs came on a 2 RBI base hit from Manny Reyes. 0-2 count for Esposito. Brings it home, brings it inside, and just misses the elbow of Patrick Baggett. He almost maybe kept that elbow in there. Could have bailed himself out with a hit by pitch, but it's 1-2. One-two count with nobody out and a runner on first for Front Royal in the top of the 5th. Pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. Runner goes. Hayes throw down to second. Is in time. Another strike him out, throw him out, double play. And there is 2 down in the top of the 5th. Bases clear for the Cannons.
That's now 2 for Kyle Hayes as he shows off the laser down to second base. But it looks like maybe a hurt Cardinal at second base, Joe.
Yeah, that'll be Will Ahrens, who is kind of reached for the bag. He is down headfirst on the dirt as the Purcellville training staff comes out to the bag. As the Cardinals have a runner down, but a nice play made by Kyle Hayes to complete the double play.
July
2 outs
10th,
here in the top of the fifth.
here at
2-2 ball game
Field, we're gonna have
for
the first ever
the Cannons and the Cardinals. Mark your calendars now. The Valley Baseball League All-Star Game is Sunday, July 7th at 7:30 p.m. It's at Veterans Memorial Park at the James Madison campus in Harrisonburg. Please plan on taking in all the action. The game starts at 7:30, but all the fun starts at 3:30 with batting practice, and then you have the 60-yard dash and the Valley League Home Run Derby starting at 5:20. Tickets are $5 for adults, $3 for kids 3 to 12, and if your child ages 3 to 12 comes in a Little League uniform, they will get in for free. So mark those calendars. Sunday, July 7th at 7:30 p.m., Veterans Memorial Park at James Madison in Harrisonburg. Come and join us and see tomorrow's superstars play at the Valley League All-Star Game, as Will Ahrens is getting helped off the field, so we'll have to see what the substitution will be for the Cardinals. If he cannot continue, it looks like a catcher coming down from the bullpen towards the dugout will be the substitution once we see him. But it will be Amir Wright, the lefty, for his center fielder.
The center fielder, number 9, Amir Wright.
So Esposito, after giving up the inning-leading base hit, is able to cut him down on a strike him out, throw him out, double play. First pitch to Wright misses outside. Right out of St. Leo College in Griffith, Indiana. 1-0 also misses. So it's 2-0. 2-2 ball game as the 2-0 is in there. Line score is identically the same right now. 2 runs, 3 hits, and an error for both squads. It's been deadlocked here at Fireman's Field. 2-1 from the righty Esposito. Fastball's in there. Evens up the count 2-2. Trey Field stands on deck, but Wright has to get him there with 2 outs. Line left side, it's in the hole for a 2-out base hit. So Trey Fields will come to the plate with 2 down in the 5th.
Great piece of hitting there by Wright as he showed patience and willingness to get on base, as Trey Fields looked to do some damage with 2 outs.
The sophomore from South Florida State steps in. He's 0 for 2 on the day, a strikeout and a ground out. The man that the Cannons need to worry about stands on deck in the form of Carson Bell, who has the home run for the Cardinals. First pitch to Fields, misses outside for a ball. Esposito set at the belt from the stretch. Keeping an eye on Amir Wright, but with 2 outs, he'll still check over to first. He can focus on the batter. Out-of-town scores in the Valley League. Strasburg out in front of Newmarket early. They lead 5-0. Winchester also ahead of Woodstock 5-0. Harrisonburg ahead of Covington 2-0. And scoreless between Charlottesville and Stanton. 1-0 pitch on the way. Grounded left side. It's in the same exact spot. So 2 base hits in between shortstop and third base to keep the inning alive for Front Royal. It's 2-1 with 2 out. This is what we saw in the last inning for the Cannons. They got 2 quick outs, and then walks and an error derailed the inning and gave Front Royal a free run. So here's Carson Bell, who has a chance to make up for, or rather, make the Cannons pay for their mistakes here in the 5th. The big lefty. 2 down, runners on first and second. Fastball misses high and away. A home run solo shot in the 2nd was the first run of the ball game. A no-doubter over the right field wall. And he also walked and scored in the 4th. Bell ahead in the count 1-0. A heater's in there for a strike, evens up the count 1-1. Started out with a single for Will Ahrens, and then a strikeout from Patrick Baggett. Strike him out, throw him out, double play. Ahrens left the game with an injury on that stolen base attempt. 1-1, comes inside and is fouled in the Cannons dugout. And then Amir Wright and Trey Fields reach on base hits to the left side to keep the inning alive. Matt Cederberg stands on deck for the Cardinals. In the Cannons half of the 5th, they'll have 9-1-2 due up. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Esposito looking to get the Cannons out of the jam. 1-2. Curveball misses just outside. So the count evens up 2-2. Donnie Sherrill alongside me. I'm Joe Skinner, filling in for Jeremy Huber tonight. 2-ball, 2-strike count with 2 outs. Takes a peek back to second. Now comes home with it. 2-2 comes way inside, but time was called. So no pitch there. Must have been Carson Bell calling for it. So we'll do it again. 2-2 count. Dancing off of second is right as he swings and misses. Foul tip straight back to Kyle Hayes. Gets the Cannons out of the inning. They come to the plate in the bottom of the 5th in a tie ball game.
The 2019 Purcellville Cannons season is sponsored in part by Banshee Motor Cars, Lowers Risk Group, Crop Metcalf, Bill Russatella PMA Insurance Services, Loudon Valley Floors, Valley Energy, Wegmeyer Farms, Doug Walker Merrill Lynch, Donnie Ulmer Mill Creek Farm Meats, Hit and Run Sports Cars, Terry's Body Shop, Loudon Lumber, the Purcellville Pub, Lowry's Crab Shack, Joe Fleming Painting, Sandy Weir Landmark Group Commercial, Casa Tequila Bar and Grill, Hartley Home Exteriors, Anytime Fitness, Allegra Print Signs Design, the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes, J.R. Snyder Plumbing, Climactic Heating and Cooling, National Sports Medicine Institute, Pack Rat Hauling, Norbo Dental, Beckwith Bowl Carter Braxton.
There's no better way for a family to spend a summer night than with the Purcellville Cannons. The Cannons are Loudoun County's team in the Valley Baseball League, and they play their home games at historic Fireman's Field in Purcellville, the county's premier baseball venue. Adult tickets are $5, 65 and over get in for $3, while kids' tickets are just $2. What a deal. So see tomorrow's stars today and hear the crack of the bat when you check out the Purcellville Cannons.
Back for the bottom of the 5th from Fireman's Field. A nice sized crowd here at Fireman's Field on a Friday night. First full week of school being out in Loudoun County. And they came for a good ball game. It's 2-2. Donnie Sherrill alongside me. I'm Joe Skinner as Kyle Choate coming on for his 5th inning of work. And the catcher for Front Royal is Trey Fields. He was the designated hitter. He now moves to catcher. So we'll have to see who comes in to fill in. Will Aaron spot in the lineup in the 9-hole as the designated hitter? He left in an injury in the top half of the inning.
Number 8, Trey Fields, and now batting.
So leading it off for the Cannons is Kyle Hayes, who has had a couple of very nice defensive plays behind the plate. He's caught 2 runners stealing, both in the form of double plays that has gotten the Cannons out of really tough situations. So he'll step up now, a strikeout victim back in the 2nd. And Kyle Choate still having a nice start for the Cardinals. 2-2 ball game, top of the 5th. That pitch, or rather bottom of the 5th, as that one's a ball. 1-0 from Choate on the way. And Kyle leaves it low, so it's 2-0. Ahead in the count now.
And so far, great outing from Choate. 4 innings pitched. Only giving up 3 hits, 2 runs, 5 strikeouts. Looks to have great command on the mound today.
2-0 is swung on and missed. Looks like a changeup from Choate. He's able to get a strike on the board. Hayes, a 200 hitter on the season coming into today with 3 doubles. Here's the 2-1 to him. That one's roped into left center field, turning Hernandez back, but he'll settle under it in the power alley. Absolute rocket off the bat of Kyle Hayes, but it will fall into the glove of Hernandez for out number 1.
Everybody in the press box as well in the stands. Joe got up and ready for one to be out, but like you said, just missed. There would have been some wind, may have been a different story, but that's out number 1.
Like we said, this Fireman's Field dimensions, left center field's the hardest place to get a ball out at 388 in that left power alley. So that one comes all the way inside to the leadoff hitter, Morgan Hyde. It looks like it almost hit him, but it maybe didn't. So it's going to be 1-0. Hyde, 1 for 2 on the day, stole a base and has stolen 2 bases. He singled in the 3rd, stole 2nd, stole 3rd, and was stranded there and grounded out in the top of the 1st. Ball in the dirt, kept in front by the new catcher, Trey Fields. And another 2-0 count to start a batter for Kyle Choate. Lefty-righty matchup, and the third time seeing Choate through the lineup. That one's left side in the hole, base hit for Morgan Hyde, his second of the afternoon. So 1 on, 1 out for Mike Brewer.
Chance for the Cannons to do some damage here. Heart of the lineup coming up, Brewer followed by Aquino. Morgan Hyde, like you said, stealing bases left and right, so we can see what the Cannons do here at the bottom of the 5th inning.
1 down in the home half of the 5th. Deadlocked at 2 from Fireman's Field. The Cannons looking for their first win in front of the hometown fans this season. Hyde at first. Mike Brewer, the batter, sees ball 1 miss low and in. Brewer's 1 for 2 on the day, a strikeout victim in the 3rd, and singled and was picked off in the 1st. He's ahead in the count here, 1-0. Hyde, always a threat to run, has already stolen 2 bags today. So that one, a nice breaking pitch from Choate, comes inside for a strike. Morgan Hyde, in 3 games, already has 3 stolen bases for the Cannons in 2019. 1-1 count with 1 out. Choate will go over to first, not in time, back with a head-first dive. Infield pinched up the middle for the Cardinals, looking to force an inning-ending double play. 1-1. Runner goes. Throw over to first. Hyde will sell out for second. He is in there in time. He dropped the ball. The throw beat him, but the second baseman, Bell, couldn't hold on to it. So a 3rd stolen base for Morgan Hyde in this ball game.
Unlike the other 2 situations, Joe, where there was a pickoff situation, Morgan Hyde just said, oh well, guess I might as well just try and slide in. Gets there safely, pays off, 3rd stolen base of the day. I was going to mention he had a .438 on-base percentage his junior year at Coastal Carolina, so he's had no trouble translating that over here to the Valley League.
So we have a correction. The catcher, the 8, is actually a 3. It's Easton Waterman from Point Loma Nazarene University. He's the catcher who came in for Aaron's. So Trey Fields is still the designated hitter as Brewer fouls off the ball to the left side. Trey Fields will remain the designated hitter, and Easton Waterman will enter the 9-hole in place of Will Aarons as the catcher. Brewer in the hole here, 1-2. Choate takes a look back to second, now comes set. 1-2, 1 out, runner at second is Hyde. Dancing off of second, commanding a lot of attention from Kyle Choate, and now he steps off. Jose Aquino is on deck. Behind him is Andrew Kaziski. Aquino's had a rough day at the plate. He's punched out twice. 1 ball, 2 strike, 1 out to Mike Brewer. Curveball, rope left side, gets into the outfield. Hernandez picks it up, rounding, and Morgan Hyde slams on the brakes at third base. He was eager to score, but a good call by the third base coach for the Cannons, holding him there to bring up Jose Aquino. So Mike Brewer finds his way on base. It's 1st and 3rd with 1 gone.
Talk about hard breaks on third base, Joe. Morgan Hyde slamming as the third base coach halfway down the line saying, please go back. Good decision there. Get runners on the corners. Like you, hopefully Jose Aquino can right the wrongs here so far in this game and get some runs in for the Cannons.
So Jose Aquino comes on now. He's 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts, but has a chance here to make up for it with 1 out and a runners on 1st and 3rd. The Cannons had 1st and 3rd last time up, and that ended in a double play, so they're looking to avoid that for the 2nd inning in a row. With 1 gone, Brewers at 1st, Hyde at 3rd. Aquino, the righty, at the plate. Coming home with it. Brewer runs. Throw on to second. Not in time. Brewer steals another bag. And the pitch was called a ball. The Cannons have stolen 5 bags off of both of Front Royal's catchers tonight. So it's a good move from Kyle Choate, but with a high leg lift, he takes a while to get to the plate, and the Cannons are taking full advantage. So now Jose Aquino has 2 runners in scoring position for him with only 1 out, and even more important, the double play ball is taken out of the equation. Ahead in the count, 1-0. Coming home with it is Choate. big swing from Aquino, but he fouls it back. Big moments here from Fireman's Field in the bottom of the 5th in a tie ball game. 1-1 count, 1 out. 2nd and 3rd for the Cannons. Looking to take the lead. Choate comes set. Roped, left field, high and deep. Turning is Hernandez. It is into the trees. It's gone. A 3-run bomb for Jose Aquino. And the Cannons have a 5-2 lead, his 6th of the season.
Here at Fireman's Field, courtesy of Jose Aquino. And you know what they say over at Loud and Lumber.
What a shot by Jose Aquino as he dons the cowboy hat headed to the dugout. No doubter again. 3 runs come across. The Cannons have a 5-2 lead. All seems right here at Fireman's Field, Joe.
Jose Aquino leaves the yard for the 6th time this season, a Loud and Lumber home run, and the Cannons have a 5-2 lead. And I said it coming to the plate, Aquino had a chance to make up for 0 for 2 and 2 strikeouts, and he absolutely did, leaving the yard down the left field line. So that brings up Andrew Kaziski with still only 1 out.
Andrew Kaziski.
Cannons in the driver's seat at home, 5-2 lead. And the hometown fans are getting a little restless. They want to see a win from their Purcellville Cannons and a big crowd on hand, hopefully wanting to see it tonight. Kaziski, the lefty, stands in, squares to bunt, but pulls back and the ball gets away. Don't often see a batter squaring to bunt, especially in the middle of the lineup following a home run. But with 1 gone, he gave it a chance. 1-0 from Choate. Fastball's in there, and the Cardinals have action in the bullpen. It's a righty. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Right down Broadway, it's strike 2. A 3-run bomb from Jose Aquino gives the Cannons the lead. 1-2 to Kaziski. Fouled to the left side.
There goes a foul ball, ladies and gentlemen, down the third base line.
It's not often the Cannons ever really get a lead this season, Joe, the record shows, but now it's going to be up to them holding it in this bullpen after Greg Duncan gives 4. Tanner Esposito had a great showing, and hopefully the Cannons can keep this up and get a win here in front of their hometown fans.
1-2 count now. Cannons are 1-8 on the season. Their only win coming against Front Royal back on June 4th. That game was in Front Royal. It was a 6-1 win. Jose Aquino had 2 home runs in that game, so he's homered 3 times off the Front Royal Cardinals. Breaking ball 1-2, but falls low. He has absolutely had Front Royal's number in the early season. That pitching staff also only gave up 1 hit that night. 2-2 count to Kaziski. Chopped into the Cannons dugout. He stays alive. You can starting to feel the energy here at Fireman's Field. The home team has the lead 5-2. Kaziski in a battle here. 2-2 count. And the 2-2 misses low and away, so the count will run full. This will be the 9th pitch of the at-bat from Kyle Choate, and his 78th of his night. Full count, 1 gone. Andy Kaziski. Here he comes. Misses in the dirt, ball 4. He works a walk in a 9-pitch at-bat, and the inning stays alive for the Cannons.
Plate discipline at its finest, Joe. After being behind in the count, Kaziski fights back, gets on base, keeps this inning alive for the Cannons. Who knows what's next when it comes to scoring runs?
So Tyler Leak comes in now. It's 0 for 2 on the day, but he reached on an error and scored in the 2nd. Flew out to right field in the 4th. 1 gone. The Cannons looking to build on this lead. Leak looks at a strike. Down in the count 0-1.
Down the first baseline. Last chance. 50-50.
Cannons lead 5-2. 0-1 count on the way to Leak. Backs him up, but the curveball is kept in front by Waterman.
First baseline, number 40, Avery Short. Allison Russatella's down there. Sue Matelski. There they are, folks.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Cannons have 3 so far in the inning. 1-1. Misses away, and Kyle Choate starting to have a little bit of control issues. He has 3 walks now on his day, and Waterman will go out for a chat.
Once again, if you didn't hear me earlier, what do we got going on July the 10th? We got the first ever Cannons Bark at the Park. That's right, folks. Bring your dogs out to Fireman's Field, July the 10th. The first annual Bark at the Park.
This live stream is brought to you by Sheetz. Sheetz is perfect for busy lifestyles, and they're open 24/7. So grab breakfast, dinner on the go, or a late-night snack. With nearly 600 stores in 6 states, there's always a Sheetz near you. Sheetz, run and done. Waterman is back with his after the mound visit with Kyle Choate. 2-1 count, 1 gone. Pitch on the way. Misses high above the letters, and it's a 3-1 count for Tyler Leak. Now north of 80 pitches for Kyle Choate. 3-1. Again misses high. It's a ball 4. Another walk in this inning. It's his second. 3 hits in the inning and now 2 walks. And it's first and second for the Cannons and Clayton Baine.
You wonder what his leash is like, Joe, with this 3-run lead now for the Cannons. And actually the coach may have heard me there as he goes out to the mound to talk to him.
So we'll take a quick break while the pitching change is made. Front Royal making a move. They're having trouble getting out of the 5th. The Cannons lead it 5-2.
Take me out to the ball game. Oh, wait, we're already here.
Barry Lee and Katie G, hoping you're enjoying the old ball game and inviting you to join us each weekday morning from 5 to 10 a.m. on your 92.5 Wink FM.
Prop Metcalf, Bill Russatella PMA Insurance Services, Loudon Valley Floors, Valley Energy, Wegmeyer Farms, Doug Walker Merrill Lynch, Donnie Ulmer Mill Creek Farm Meats, Hit and Run Sports Cards, Terry's Body Shop, Loudon Lumber, the Purcellville Pub, Lowry's Crab Shack, Joe Fleming Painting, Sandy Weir Landmark Group Commercial, Casa Tequila Bar and Grill, Hartley Home Exteriors, Anytime Fitness, Allegra Print Signs Design, the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes, J.R. Snyder Plumbing, Climactic Heating and Cooling, National Sports Medicine Institute, Pack Rat Hauling, Norbo Dental, Beckwith Bowl Carter Braxton.
There's no better way for a family to spend a summer night than with the Purcellville Cannons. The Cannons are Loudoun County's team in the Valley Baseball League, and they play their home games at historic Fireman's Field in Purcellville, the county's premier baseball venue. Adult tickets are $5, 65 and over get in for $3, while kids' tickets are just $2. What a deal. So see tomorrow's stars today and hear the crack of the bat when you check out the Purcellville Cannons.
5-2 lead for the Cannons. New pitcher on for the Cardinals is Peter Schultz, and for the line so far from Choate, here's Donnie Sherrill.
Kenny Choate on the day. going 4 1/3, giving up 6 hits, responsible for these 2 runners on base, striking out 5 and walking 4. Joe?
So it's the 6'3" righty from Bates College, Peter Schultz, on in relief for Front Royal. Runners on the way, but it's fouled off by Clayton Baine. 6'3", 190 junior from Winnetka, Illinois. He's a junior at Bates College. In 2019, made 5 appearances, 2 starts, 0-2 record with 10 innings pitched. Gave up 18 hits, 14 earned runs to a 12.19 ERA, 11 walks and 7 strikeouts. Has Baine behind in the count here, 0-1 with runners on first and second and 1 gone. The Cannons have put up 3 in the inning already, courtesy of a Jose Aquino 3-run blast. 0-1. Baine leaves it low, but it's called a strike. So he's behind in the count, 0-2. Schultz quickly getting to work here in his relief appearance. Kyle Choate, responsible for runners on first and second, who got on by way of a walk. 0-2 count, 1 gone, bottom of the 5th. Takes a peek back to second, now brings it home. Runners go, takes it high, but dead to rights at third base is Andrew Kaziski, and he's thrown out for out number 2 of the inning. So Leak makes it to second, and Baine, that pitch was called a ball, so it's 1-2. As time called, and it looks like third baseman Cedarberg may have caught a spike on that slide. Kyle Choate, 4 1/3, 6 hits, 4 walks, 5 Ks. And his start, currently, if the results hold, in line for the loss. 1-2 count, Clayton at the plate with now 2 down after the runner thrown out on the bases. Roped left side, hanging curveball, but it's foul.
There goes a foul ball, kids. That's Church deep down the third base line. Once again, your foul ball sponsor.
It all started with a base hit by Morgan Hyde with 1 out. He stole second. Mike Brewer singled, and he stole as well to make it second and third. And then Jose Aquino with a home run down the left field line. The first home run we've seen down the left field line this season by any Cannons player. Here's a 1-2. Roped left side. Hernandez turns back, but he'll fall and make the catch right in front of the track for out number 3. But the damage is done for the Cannons. A 3-run blast from Jose Aquino gives the hometown Cannons the lead. 5-2 headed through the 6th.
Tickets are $5.
Greetings, sports fans. Graham Knight here for the Valley Baseball League. Just want to let you know that the good news is that thanks to a hotspot and a cell phone, we're able to bring you video of these games. The bad news is, thanks to the hotspot and the cell phone, it's not always stable. Listen, we've got some reports of some glitchiness in the feeds, some audio issues. We're working to resolve them, but what I wanted to do is ask your help in this process. If you're having trouble receiving the feed, first of all, we want to hear from you. Would love to know what game you're watching and what time and what inning the game is in so we can go back and check it. Second of all, what I want to do is ask you to run speedtest.net. That's speedtest.net. Don't buy into any of the stuff. Just click go. It will give you a PNG number, a ping number. It will give you a download speed and an upload speed. Let us know what that number is. That's a big help. We're trying to identify where the problems are. Problem could be with our wireless network on its way to you. The problem could be on Facebook, that there's not enough bandwidth to process the various games. The problem could also be on your end of it, not enough download speed for you to see it. So you need at least 5 megabits per second, 5 megabits per second when you get the speed test. So anyway, what I want to do is ask for your help, let you know we're working diligently to fix all 11 sites so that the games we bring you are free of technical difficulties, but I need your help. So let us know. Drop us a comment, and we appreciate your help, and just know we're working diligently to resolve all of the issues so that in the very near future you get an uninterrupted experience. Thanks.
1-2 is the count, 5-2 lead for the Cannons. That one's left side, but it's caught on the fly by shortstopper. He'll still make the throw over to first in time as Clayton Baine makes the grab for out number 1. He'll bring up Levi Lazenring.
Now batting the first baseman,
Trip Willis on deck. Jose Hernandez after him, and then it'll be the replacement catcher, Easton Waterman. It's the first pitch to Lazenring's a strike. 1 for 2 on the day, a strikeout and a single for Lazenring. And he's quickly down to the hole, 0-2. Lazenring 0-2, curveball misses high. Tanner Esposito working quickly. 1-2 now. Off the end of the bat, fouled to the first base side. A nice grab made as that ball was coming right over the fencing on the stands. A little bit over the shoulder grab there by the fan. But Esposito is working on out number 2 here in the top of the 6th. 1 ball, 2 strike, 1 gone. Here it comes. Again off the end of the bat foul, and it's again to the right side.
There goes another one, sponsored by the College Funding Coach for all your college planning.
2 in the 2nd and 3 in the 5th. That's how Purcellville got their runs. Here's the 1-2. Fastball misses high, evens up the count. As Lazenring's in a battle now with Tanner Esposito, and he's right back up to the mound. 1-2-2. Flew into center field. Hyde turns back. Now he's on his horse, makes the play. Nice grab by Morgan Hyde. He is quick out there in center field for out number 2.
That's the second time that ball's hit to Hyde on the run. He's making those nice plays, helping out his pitcher and helping out his team as well. Trying to just get out of these innings and keep this lead for the Cannons, something they're not really familiar with their record being 1-8, Joe.
Morgan Hyde, the Coastal Carolina Chanticleer, made his debut this week for the Cannons, and he's filling in nicely defensively in center field. So it's Trip Willis now. Fastball comes inside. Willis, 0 for 1 on the day. Fly out and a walk where he was stranded. Still searching for his first hit of the season is Willis. He was 0 for 18 coming into tonight. And he's ahead in the count now, 2-0 after that pitch. 2-0 count. And that one's popped up foul. So they're right behind home plate.
College Funding Coach Jim Weir, foul balls are flying left and right.
So Esposito gets back up to the mound. He's really keeping us broadcasters on our toes. Definitely under 10 seconds between pitches. 2-1 on the way. Swing and a miss for strike 2.
He's not playing around, Joe. He wants to get out of these innings, get some good relief work in, and he's showing that so far here.
Following the 3-run bottom of the inning, Tanner Esposito looking for a quick 1-2-3. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs from the wind as time is called at the plate. This would be a big momentum-shifting inning for the Cannons. They can take it and run. Here's the 2-2. Oh, off the helmet. Came up high and in. And Trip Willis takes it and jogs down to first. Not the pitch that Tanner Esposito wanted to make. Definitely no nefarious intention there, but with 2 down, we'll bring another batter to the plate, Jose Hernandez. Two down, runner on first for Front Royal. And Jose Hernandez, the left fielder, who saw a lot of action in the bottom of the 5th, saw a home run ball sail over his head and made 2 outs in left field. So you watch his ball 1 go high. Easton Waterman stands on deck. With 2 outs, now Esposito in the stretch. Comes home. Fastball misses high. 3-run lead for the Cannons, 5-2. Out-of-town scores in the Valley League. The blowout is on in Strasburg. They're up 11-0 on Newmarket. Throw over to first, not in time. Gets away, and now breaking for second is Trip Willis. He's able to get there, and that ball just got away from Gutierrez. We'll see how that ball or how that play is scored. Should be an error on either the pitcher or the first baseman. We'll see who they give it to. But Hernandez is ahead in the count now, 2-0, and now he has a runner in scoring position. It's an error on the pitcher, Esposito, officially. As he pops one up to the right side, it will get out of play.
Another foul ball.
And he won on that play. More out-of-town scores North Division action, Royals ahead of the River Bandits, 8-4 in Winchester. And Harrisonburg ahead of Covington in South Division action, 2-0. 2-1 count. Esposito looks back to second, now comes home. Swings through. Pet throw back to second is not in time. Kyle Hayes, good call there. But sliding back in time is Trip Willis. 2-2 count again. The only other game, a full slate of action, Charlottesville ahead of Stanton, 3-0. But a 2-strike count here for Jose Hernandez. Esposito has a chance to get out of the inning. Looks back to second. Now he's set at the belt. Looks back again, and time was called. He had to stop himself mid-windup. A little bit upset there. A quick trigger by home plate umpire Mike Mackey to stop the play. We'll do it again. 2-2. Now he comes home with it. Curveball inside, just misses. Tried to drop it below the hands, and count runs full. Runner out at second is Willis. Esposito gets the call from Hayes. He accepts. Comes to the stretch. Small leg lift, comes home. 3-2. Popped up in the infield. Hayes rips off the mask. He's drifting into foul ground. Now on the third base side. He makes the grab, and the Cannons get out of the inning. They head to the bottom of the sixth with a 5-2 lead.
There's no better way for a family to spend a summer night than with the Purcellville Cannons. The Cannons are Loudoun County's team in the Valley Baseball League, and they play their home games at historic Fireman's Field in Purcellville, the county's premier baseball venue. Adult tickets are $5, 65 and over get in for $3, while kids' tickets are just $2. What a deal. So see tomorrow's stars today and hear the crack of the bat when you check out the Purcellville Cannons. The 2019 Purcellville Cannons season is sponsored in part by Banshee Motor Cars, Lowers Risk Group, Prop Metcalf, Bill Russatella PMA Insurance Services, Loudoun Valley Floors, Valley Energy, Wegmeyer Farms, Doug Walker Merrill Lynch, Donnie Ulmer Mill Creek Farm Meats, Hit and Run Sports Cards, Terry's Body Shop, Loudoun Lumber, the Purcellville Pub, Lowry's Crab Shack, Joe Fleming Painting, Sandy Weir Landmark Group Commercial, Casa Tequila Bar and Grill, Hartley Home Exteriors, Anytime Fitness, Allegra Print Signs Design, the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes, J.R. Snyder Plumbing, Climactic Heating and Cooling, National Sports Medicine Institute, Pack Rat Hauling, Norbo Dental, Beckwith Bowl Carter Braxton.
7-8-9 for the Cannons in the bottom of the sixth. They lead it 5-2 over Front Royal here at home. It'll be Jose Gutierrez, and now Peter Schultz will have his first full inning of work. And the line officially closed on Kyle Choate. 4 1/3 innings, 6 hits, 5 runs, only 3 of them earned, 4 walks and 5 strikeouts. So Jose Gutierrez will lead things off out of the 7 hole.
Number 24, Jose Gutierrez.
Schultz, the righty, will get things started in the bottom of the 6th. Coming off of a big bottom of the 5th for the Cannons, where they sent 7 batters to the plate, 3 runs on 3 hits, and they left 1 on as Gutierrez ropes it right back up the middle with a nice stab by Schultz, and he'll flip it on to first for out number 1. Just stuck his glove out and found the ball in it. So Manny Reyes comes on now. It's 1 for 2 on his day. Had a 2 RBI base hit back in the 2nd that gave the Cannons their lead the first time around, and then he came up in another clutch 2-out situation, but he grounded into a double play with runners on first and third. Here's Reyes with 1 gone. Takes a big hack at it, but fouls it straight back to the netting. Reyes 1 for 10 on the day coming into the game. Run for 10 on the season, excuse me. Stand to face the 0-1. Waves at a curveball, and he's behind the count 0-2. Ugly swing there.
Looked a little desperate, Joe, just trying to get some contact there from Reyes. Trying to do anything here to get some hits on the board and some runners on the bases.
2-strike count for Peter Schultz. Fastball high and away, just misses. Thought he had strike 3 there. And a quick second out. Kyle Hayes is on deck, and the top of the lineup, Morgan Hyde, is in the hole. 1 ball, 2 strike, 1 out. Base is empty. Here's the pitch. Roped left side, a 2-strike base hit. A nice piece of hitting for Manny Reyes. He's on with his second hit of the day.
He looked desperate there, Joe, prior 2 pitches before, but then waits on his pitch, lines it into left field. We got a base runner.
Catcher, number 4, Kyle Hayes.
So here's Kyle Hayes, the catcher, who has not quite made his mark at the plate this season, but has had an outstanding defensive catching season. He's played it. He's caught every home game for the Cannons since opening night. Watches the first pitch from Peter Schultz sail high for ball 1. 0 for 2 on the day for Kyle Hayes, a strikeout and a flyout. 1-0 count, Reyes at first. That's a strike. It's in there. Reyes, not much of a threat to run. The designated hitter hasn't stolen a base this season. 1-1 count to Hayes. That one's called a strike at the knees. Schultz set at the chest, waits a little bit, now brings a curveball home, and he's fouled away by Kyle Hayes. One and 2 outfield, playing straight away for Kyle Hayes, and the infield is pinched up the middle, looking for the double play. 1-2 from Schultz, small leg lift, misses high, and Kyle Hayes evens up the count. Johnny Sherrill and Joe Skinner here in the bottom of the 6th. Cannons lead 5-2, looking for their first home win of the season against a team in the Cardinals that have been excellent on the road so far in 2019, 4-1. It's the 10th game of the season, just about the quarter pole of the Valley League season. Teams playing just north of 40 games. 2-2 count to Kyle. That one misses low, and the count runs full. 9-1-2 for Front Royal, due up in the 7th. Cannons, 5 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors. Front Royal, 2 runs, 5 hits, 1 error this far. Full count to Kyle, on its way. Watches ball 4, nice at-bat from the 9-hole hitter. Brings up the top of the lineup.
Now batting from Coastal Carolina.
So 2 runners on for the top of the lineup. Morgan Hyde, he'll be seeing the plate for the 4th time today. He's 2 for 3, having an excellent day out of the leadoff spot. Has stolen 3 bags and has scored a run. He scored on that 3-run shot from Jose Aquino. So it's Morgan Hyde, the Chanticleer from the right side, and 2 runners on, only 1 away. Righty-righty matchup here. Fastball comes inside, called a strike. Looks like that one might have been a bit inside the blank, but called a strike. So Morgan Hyde behind in the count 0-1. Takes 2. Bain at shortstop, playing in the hole. Borchers from the windup, 0-2 from the first base side of the rubber. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses below the knees. A little bit of a waste pitch there from the closer. It's the first time Borchers has been used in a save situation this season. Here's the 1-2. Again, grounded left side, foul. So right stays alive. 1 for 3 day for the 2-hole hitter Amir Wright. Had a single in the 5th and has also walked. Trey Field stands on deck. Carson Bell is in the hole. 6-3. Cannons lead. They picked up a run in the bottom of the 8th for a little insurance. They have a 3-run lead. 1-2 from Borchers from the wind. Inside, just missed. Looks like he might have caught the black, but the count evens up 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Another 2-strike count from Borchers. Off the end of the bat, Borchers leaves it for the first baseman. On to first, not in time. A miscommunication from Jose Gutierrez and Taylor Borchers, and Gutierrez couldn't tap the bag in time, so Front Royal has a base runner in the top of the ninth. It's an infield single for Lemire Wright. That brings up Trey Fields and sets up Carson Bell potentially to hit in the top of the ninth. Carson Bell is the tying run standing on deck. It's the designated hitter Trey Fields now stepping in from the left side. Borchers now out of the stretch with one gone. Small leg lift delivers a fastball, misses high. Fields, 1 for 4 on the day, has grounded into a double play and singled. The Cannons could sure use a double play right here. One gone, top of the ninth, looking for their first win at home. Borchers with the 1-0. Fastball catches the outside part for a strike. Donnie Sherrill with me. I'm Joe Skinner, bringing you the waning moments of this game here in the top of the ninth. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner at first. Pitch to Fields. Check swing. Doesn't matter. It's in for strike 2. Borchers is bringing the heat from the right side. Now he's ahead in the count, 1-2. Here it comes. Fouled straight back off of Kyle Hayes' glove. And Fields stays alive. Kaziski playing right up the middle at second base. Looking for the double play. Bain isn't quite pinched up as much. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Trey Fields. Spin throw to first. Not in time. As Amir Wright is back in with a head-first dive. 1 final so far in the Valley League, or rather 2 finals. Strasburg beat Newmarket 11-0. Harrisonburg beat Covington 2-0. Couple of shutouts. 6-3 ball game. Grounded right side. It'll get in the hole. Kaziski will have it go all the way into right field. It's another base hit. So 2 runners with 2 outs, or rather 2 runners with 1 out for Front Royal. And this inning just keeps on dragging along in the top of the ninth. And now it's the dangerous hitter for Front Royal, Carson Bell, stepping in. He represents the tying run.
Number 4, Carson Bell.
And it's a favorable matchup
an opportunity
for Bell.
To announce tonight's winner of the 50-50. Her son plays.
So a Front Royal coach coming over to first. And it looks like he'll come out of the game. So Trey Fields will be replaced, maybe with a little bit of speed. But he does come out of the game. We'll await to see who this runner is going to be. It's going to be runners on first and second with 1 out. And Taylor Borchers in his first save situation of the season as a pinch runner coming out for Front Royal.
Pinch running at first base from Penn State, number 7.
Looks like Derek Orndorff from Penn State University.
So it will be Orndorff running for the Cardinals. 1 out, runners on first and second. Force out at any square bag for the Cannons. Borchers now facing the dangerous Carson Bell. First pitch to him. Fastball just misses. Must have been outside. Kyle Hayes wanted it. And now he'll take a time to go talk to Taylor. Seeing Borchers has come to this team to be the closer and shut down games. He just, through the first 9 games, hasn't gotten a chance in a safe situation. This is his first chance. He's behind in the count to Carson Bell, who homered in the second and has walked twice, scored 3 runs. Right out at second, Orndorff at first, running for Fields. With 1 gone, a ground ball will do the trick for the Cannons. Ahead in the count, Bell 1-0. First pitch, fouled off the hand, straight back to the netting. Evens up the count 1-1. Our next broadcast will be next Tuesday against Waynesboro. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on for Front Royal. Borchers takes a step off. 6-3, Cannons lead, top of the ninth. Borchers comes set, right at the letters. Comes home with the 1-1, misses high and away. Bell ahead in the count.
Feds, last call for the American Legion. Last call.
Bell with 12 strikes and 7 balls. This next pitch will be pitch number 20 in this inning. 2-1. Middle infielders pinch, looking for the double play. Here's the 2-1. Fastball again, runs outside. A prime hitter's count for Carson Bell. It's 3-1.
Obviously not what the Cannons wanted to start this inning. Putting in their heater, the flamethrower, Taylor Borchers, trying to get out of this jam here.
No action in the Purcellville bullpen, so Brett Fuller has his trust in his closer. 3-1 to Bell. Low outside, ball 4, bases loaded for the Cardinals. The tying run at first, the go-ahead run at home plate in the form of Matt Cederberg. We'll see if Brett Fuller, now he's Borchers getting a conversation with Andrew Kaziski at second base, telling him to calm down. Now the Cannons have a force out at any bag. So it's Matt Cederberg. Is 0 for 4 on the day, reached on an error in the 4th and was stranded. Other than that, he has 2 flyouts and a strikeout. Borchers got the first out of the top of the 9th to ground out, and since then that's grounded to the left side. Bain has a play on it. He tries to go across the diamond. It's not in time. An infield single, and the Cardinals score in the top of the 9th. It's 6-4 now. Looked like Leak might have had a play on that, but he let it go all the way to Bain. He had a tough play. So it's now 6-4. Go ahead run at first. It's Levi Lazenring. 1 gone. Bases juiced for Front Royal. Here's the first pitch. Swung on and missed with the fastball. Cannons need an out badly. 3 hits and a walk in the last 4 batters for Taylor Borchers. Not making it easy. He's ahead in the count, though, 0-1. Leg lift delivers. Comes inside. Just gets out of the way of it. Levi Lazenring out of the 6 hole. Is 2 for 4. Has a strikeout and 2 singles and an RBI. 1-1 count. Inside corner called strike 2. Borchers ahead in the count.
You can feel the intensity here at Fireman's Field, Joe. The Cannons just inching closer and closer, trying to get out of this jam to get their first one at home.
1-2, 1 out. Big out here for the Cannons. Here's the pitch. Ball low, kept in front by Hayes. Count evens up 2-2. Donnie Sherrill and Joe Skinner here in big moments here in Fireman's Field. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. 6-4 ball game. Front Royals already plated 1 in the frame. 2-2 on the way. Fastball misses low. Count runs full. Borchers having trouble closing out batters. Trip Willis stands on deck for Front Royal. Willis is 0 for 2 and 2 walks. He's got to deal with Lazenring right now. Full count, 1 out. Big pitch here. Here it comes. Low and inside, ball 4. A bases loaded walk, and it's a 1-run game.
Looks like Coach Fuller's going to make a change, Joe.
I don't blame him, as there's been 3 hits and 2 walks in the inning, and Taylor Borchers unable to make it easy for himself. We'll see if he does make a change. There is a runner, or rather a pitcher throwing in the bullpen. Let's see if he pulls the trigger here. There's 1 out. This inning all started with the top of the lineup. Patrick Daggett was able to ground out to the right side. Since then, Amir Wright single, Trey Field single, a walk from Carson Bell, a hit from Mike Cederberg in the infield, and a bases-loaded walk to Levi Lazenring that's plated 2 runs. Trey Fields got run by Derek Orndorff, so he was the one that just scored. So Carson Bell at third, Cederberg at second, and Lazenring at first. The Cannons still lead 6-5, a 1-run ball game. Cannons already have a win over Front Royal this year. It's their only win. 2 runs already for Front Royal in the top of the 9th.
is the right fielder.
So Borchers will stay on. Brett Fuller leaves him in here with one out. A force out at any bag for the Cannons. Borchers from the stretch, ready to face Trip Willis, the righty. Fouled away for strike one. Willis has 2 walks and is 0 for 20 on the season. He's been the right fielder tonight, hasn't seen a ton of action. Borchers ahead in the count, 0-1 with 1 out. Bases loaded. 6-5 ball game, 0-1. Flown, right side, out of play. Borchers now has a 2-strike count again. Had a 1-2 count to Leisering, but threw 3 straight balls to walk him with the bases loaded. Can't do this now. Nowhere to put him. Jose Hernandez is on deck. He's 1 for 4 with an RBI single. But he's got to deal with Trip Willis now. 0-2 count. 1 away in the top of the 9th. Need an out if you're the Cannons. Here's the 0-2. Fastball got him looking. Right on the inside part. Taylor Borchers gets out number 2.
Hard to imagine that you'd be watching that pitch go by, Joe, but that's what Willis did. Borchers took advantage. 1 more out.
1 more to get for the Cannons.
Jose Hernandez.
723 here at Fireman's Field on a Friday night, looking to witness their first Cannons win at home in the 2019 season. Jose Hernandez at the plate, bases still loaded with 2 outs in a 1-run game. First pitch to Hernandez. Lined but foul to the right side. Got a lot of wood on that one. Borchers ahead in the count. Bell at third, Cedarburg at second, Leisering at first, and Hernandez at the plate after the backwards K of Trip Willis. Hernandez behind the count, 0-1. Righty. Here's the pitch. Comes inside, and it's caught him. A hit by pitch, and Taylor Borchers thought he leaned in, and they're going to give him the bag. Brett Fuller is upset, and he's going to come out to talk to Mike Mackey. The tying run has just scored, and it's a 6-6 game. Brett Fuller thought he leaned into that ball, and this shot is going to be short. So Carson Bell scores, and we are tied. 3 runs in the inning has brought Front Royal all the way back. So it's the 9-hole hitter, Will Ahrens, the 9th batter Front Royal is sent to the plate this inning. The go-ahead runs at third. First pitch to him. Grounded right side, it's in the hole. This will go out to right field. 1 run will score. Here comes a second. It is in time, thrown out at the plate, but the Cannons have some work to do in the bottom of the 9th. Front Royal has the lead 7-6. They scored 4 in the top of the 9th, and the Cannons need 1 to tie, 2 to win in the bottom half. More Cannons baseball right after this.
Stay tuned for Purcellville Cannons. The 2019 Purcellville Cannons season is sponsored in part by Banshee Motor Cars, Lowers Risk Group, Crop Metcalf, Bill Russatella PMA Insurance Services, Loudon Valley Floors, Valley Energy, Wegmeyer Farms, Doug Walker Merrill Lynch, Donnie Ulmer Mill Creek Farm Meats, Hit and Run Sports Cars, Terry's Body Shop, Loudon Lumber, the Purcellville Pub, Lowry's Crab Shack, Joe Fleming Painting, Sandy Weir Landmark Group Commercial, Casa Tequila Bar and Grill, Hartley Home Exteriors, Anytime Fitness, Allegra Print Signs Design, the Coalition to Salute America's Heroes, J.R. Snyder Plumbing, Climactic Heating and Cooling, National Sports Medicine Institute, Pack Rat Hauling, Norbo Dental, Beckwith Bowl Carter Braxton.
There's no better way for a family to spend a summer night than with the Purcellville Cannons. The Cannons are Loudoun County's team in the Valley Baseball League, and they play their home games at historic Fireman's Field in Purcellville, the county's premier baseball venue. Adult tickets are $5, 65 and over get in for $3, while kids tickets are just $2. What a deal. So see tomorrow's stars today and hear the crack of the bat when you check out the Purcellville Cannons.
Taylor Borchers blows the save in the top of the 9th, and the Front Royal Cardinals have their first lead since the top of the 2nd inning. 7-6. It's 2-3-4 for the Cannons, starting with Mike Brewer. They need 1 to tie and 2 to win. 7 runs on 11 hits and 2 errors for Front Royal. 6 runs on 8 hits and 2 errors for Purcellville. Peter Schultz on for another inning of work. Mike Brewer is going to lead it off. Big swing and a miss, strike 1. 4 runs on 4 hits and 2 runners left on base in the top of the 9th for Front Royal. They lead 7-6. Brewer behind in the count, 0-1 against Peter Schultz, who's been excellent in relief. 0-1 misses low. So the tying run scored on Jose Hernandez hit by pitch, and then Will Aarons gave Front Royal the lead. The potential second run was cut off at the plate from right field by Jose Aquino. Popped up foul, and it'll be 1-2. A nice spot in the lineup for Mike Brewer, Jose Aquino, and Andrew Kaziski. But Brewer's in the hole here, 1-2 with nobody out. Here's the pitch. High and away. Count evens up 2-2. Donnie Sherrill alongside me. I'm Joe Skinner here in the bottom of the 9th. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Mike Brewer. It's 2 for 4 on the night with a single, a stolen base, and a run scored. Also has struck out. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Brewer. Right back up the middle, and that's a base hit. That's how you start it in the bottom of the 9th. Mike Brewer reaches, and the Cannons have a base runner with nobody gone.
Great piece of hitting by Mike Brewer to start this bottom of the 9th inning. Rally's got to start now. Brewer with a great start to it. Another stat, actually just fact to mention, our statistician Graham Knight mentioned no lead is safe in the Valley, and we saw that happen top of the 9th inning. But the Cannons have a chance to take it home or tie at least.
Brewer the tying run at first, and Jose Aquino has a chance here. He's the winning run. Can't make a mistake pitch to Jose Aquino here in the bottom of the 9th. Nobody out. Brewer at first. First pitch to Aquino is off speed, misses low and away. Peter Schultz not going to mess with Jose. He's already left the yard once tonight, and it gave the Cannons a 5-2 cushion. And that was way back in the 5th, a 3-run bomb. Since then, he's grounded out. He's 1 for 4 on the day with 2 strikeouts. Andrew Kaziski is on deck. Brewer out at first is the tying run with nobody out. Schultz in the stretch, set at the letters, comes home. Big swing and a miss from Jose Aquino. He wanted to end it on that swing, but he gets all air, and it's 1-1. So Aquino steps back in. Without a doubt, Aquino leaving the yard here is in the back of everybody's mind at Fireman's Field. 1-1, nobody out. Fastball outside just misses. Ahead in the count, 2-1. Brewer now with 3 hits on the day out of the 2-hole. He's been great. 5 hits for the Cannons out of the first 2 spots in the lineup, Morgan Hyde and Mike Brewer. Done excellent in setting up the Cannons in their offensive innings. Aquino ahead in the count, 2-1. That one comes inside, almost catches the elbow. So now a big hitter's count for Jose. It's 3-1. 3-1 count and nobody out. Runner at first. Set at the belt. Here's the pitch. That one comes inside, ball 4. Jose Aquino reaches on a walk, and the winning run is on base for the Cannons. And now a visit for Cardinals head coach coming out to the mound, and Andrew Kaziski will come into the plate with nobody out. Donnie, after this is one thing we mentioned earlier in the game, the Cannons in previous games would give up runs or give up the lead, and they wouldn't kind of punch back. They would they wouldn't be able to punch back. Tonight, we saw 1 run in the top of the 2nd. Cannons came right back in the bottom half with 2. 1 run in the 4th for Front Royal. They came back in the bottom of the 5th with a 3-run bomb. Front Royal with 1 in the 8th, and then Purcellville with 1 in the 8th as well. Front Royal retakes the lead. It's 7-6, and now we see 2 runners on, nobody out. They're trying to make one last swing to knock out the Cardinals.
You can't make these stories up, Joe. I mean, like you said, fighting back into this game, 2 runners on here. All you can ask for, really, and as you mentioned previously, great spot in the lineup. Now the cleanup hitter coming to the plate. It's do or die here in Fireman's Field. We'll see what happens with no outs.
It's Andrew Kaziski. Peter Schultz stays on the mound for Front Royal. So Andy Kaziski from the left side, 2 runners on, nobody out. Tying run at second, winning run at first. Kaziski, the lefty, in a favorable righty-lefty matchup. Squares to bunt. Good decision. Drops it down. Schultz there. The only play is to first. Tough play at first. Did he get the bag? He did. It's a sacrifice bunt, and both runners move up a base. Smart baseball from Brett Fuller here in the bottom of the ninth. So it's the newbie, Tyler Leak, playing his first game in Fireman's Field. The tying run stands 90 feet away. The winning run is out at second base, and the Front Royal infield is coming in on the grass. They have to cut off this run. 1 gone for Purcellville in the bottom of the ninth. And they're going to put on Tyler Leak on an intentional walk. So that'll bring up Clayton Baine, who's had a little bit less success today than Tyler Leak. So Clayton Baine will come up with the bases loaded and 1 out. Smart decision there from Front Royal. It keeps the double play ball intact if they need it. Clayton Baine with a walk, 2 walks, a hit by a pitch, and a flyout has scored 2 runs. Clayton Baine trying to be the hero with 1 out. Winning run at second, tying run at third. Middle infield back looking for a double play. Corners are on the grass for Front Royal. First pitch to Baine is just outside. Looked like a good pitch from Schultz, but Mike Mackey says it's just a bit outside. Jose Gutierrez is on deck for the Cannons. Manny Reyes is in the hole. 1-0, 1 out. Bases juiced for Cannons. Here's the pitch. That's called a strike at the knees. Clayton thought it was low. Evens up the count 1-1.
Let's get these fans going on your feet. Let's go, guys.
1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Schultz from the stretch. Set at the letters. Leg kick brings it home. At the letters, misses high. Clayton ahead in the count, 2-1.
Attaboy, Marshall, get him going down there.
The Radford Highlander at the plate, looking to tie it or win it for Purcellville. These home fans want to see their first win bad. 723 at Fireman's Field tonight. Baine ahead in the count, 2-1. That one is high and in. Ball 3. Hitters count. Nowhere to put Clayton Baine with the bases loaded. And the tying run at third. Schultz takes a minute. Jose Aquino at second, clapping his hands. 3 balls, 1 strike. Clayton Baine at the plate. Tying run, Mike Brewer's at third. Jose Aquino is at second as the winning run. Schultz delivers with a 3-1. Roped, deep center field, sends right back. It's off the wall. Brewer will score. Here comes Aquino. He will score. It's a Purcellville Cannons win. Clayton Baine with the walk-off double. The Cannons win 8-7, and they mob him at second base. Purcellville in the win column at Fireman's Field.
Oh, yeah, baby.
Their first walk-off of the season. Clayton Baine, the hero. Wow, what a game, Donnie.
Hometown hero. Joe shot to center field, bases loaded. You can't ask for anything else. First win here at Fireman's Field, hopefully the first of many. What a game.
After giving up the lead in the top of the ninth in 4 runs, the Cannons send 5 batters to the plate, and they get it right back. 2 runs in the bottom of the ninth is the winner. Cannons win 7-6. Your lines and winning and losing pitchers right after this.
Take me out to the ball game. Oh, wait, we're already here.
Barry Lee and Katie G, hoping you're enjoying the old ball game and inviting you to join us each weekday morning from 5 to 10 a.m. on your 92.5 Wink FM.
Welcome back to Fireman's Field, where the Cannons have happy handshakes at home for the first time this season. They move up to 2-8 on the season, and Front Royal falls back to 5-7. Your final line score: Front Royal had 7 runs on 11 hits and 2 errors. Purcellville with 8 runs, 10 hits, and 2 errors. They win the ball game. Clayton Baine, the hero, a walk-off double. And with your winning and losing pitcher, here's Donnie Sherrill.
Winning pitcher for the Cannons, number 37, Taylor Borchers, comes on an inning of relief, gives up 4 hits, 4 runs, and 1 strikeout. Losing pitcher on the day for the Cardinals is Peter Schultz, on in relief for Kyle Choate, going 4, giving up 4 hits, 3 runs, and 4 walks with 1 strikeout. Joe?
All smiles in Purcellville for their first win of the 2019 season. For Joe Skinner and Donnie Sherrill, I'm signing off. We'll see you next Thursday when the Cannons take on the Waynesboro Generals.
Well, that wraps up all the action from here tonight. I'm Graham Knight, and on behalf of the Valley Baseball League, we want to thank our sponsors. This live stream was made possible by Sheets. Sheets is perfect for busy lifestyles, and they're always open 24/7. So grab breakfast, dinner on the go, or a late night snack. With nearly 600 stores in 6 states, there's always a Sheets near you. Sheets, run and done. This live stream is also brought to you by Subway. Check out Subway's delicious new club collection, the new Steak Club, new Southwest Chicken Club, and the American Club. Subway, make it what you want. This live stream is also brought to you by Grace Burrows, best-selling New York Times author. If you can't find romance on the baseball diamond, take a look at graceburrows.com. Grace Burrows, she believes in love and baseball. Before we say goodnight, I want to remind you that this live stream is copywritten by the Valley Baseball League and may not be used in any form of media whatsoever without the express written consent of the Valley Baseball League. If you'd like to use our media, please contact me, Graham, at isomermedia.com. That's Graham, Graham, at Isomer, ISOMERMEDIA. From all of us at the Valley Baseball League,